That's power to more than 500,000 homes, farms, businesses, winter, spring, summer, and cool fall football Friday nights. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, powering the thrill of Friday night lights.
I'm Rex Nelson. Outside of the state's natural beauty, the thing that strikes me most as I travel Arkansas is the junk in yards and trash along the highways. In a place that markets itself as the natural state, we've too often been guilty of, at best, ignoring our natural treasures, at worst, polluting and littering them. Let's take pride in our state by keeping it litter-free. Visit KeepArkansasBeautiful.com to get involved.
This message brought to you by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission.
A smile is a powerful thing, especially when it's protected by the nation's largest network of dentists, Delta Dental. Not only is a healthy smile a good indicator of your overall health, it also comes in handy when you're stealing the fries off your friend's plate, even though you didn't want fries. But here you are, smiling that healthy smile of yours, taking one after another. Schedule a checkup today and unleash your smile power with the affordable insurance plans from Delta Dental of Arkansas.
When it comes to heating my home, my water, cooking meals, or drying clothes, nothing beats natural gas from Centerpoint Energy. It's my most affordable option. It costs less to use than most other energy sources, and it's easier on the environment. So if you already have natural gas, keep it. But if you're replacing an appliance, choose it.
To learn more about enjoying the benefits of a natural gas home, visit centerpointenergy.com/natural gas benefits. Centerpoint Energy. Always there.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make plans for your visit to the Saracen Casino Resort, only 40 minutes from downtown Little Rock. Play this month to win your share of up to $100,000 in prizes, including an awesome top-of-the-line Ford F-150 Platinum pickup truck from Trotter Ford. Every Saturday night in September, Saracen will give away thousands of dollars in free slot play. Then on September 26th, be on hand for your chance to win that Ford XLT Sport F-150 pickup. Saracen is Vegas, Arkansas style. Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
At Simmons Bank, we've been helping our customers' dreams come true since 1903. We have the products and services fit for you and the tools to help you manage your finances with ease and security. Whether you're saving and investing for the future, starting a new business, or buying a new home, we're with you every step of the way. Simmons Bank is proud to support Friday Night Football in Arkansas. Simmons Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
What does an organ and tissue donor look like? Like a person who's real cool, a true warrior. Like a hero who can save up to 8 lives with a single act of giving. Like a shining mythical titan, bestowing beautiful, radiant life upon Arkansans in need. You know somebody who looks like that? You should, because we're talking about you. And you is where giving starts. Save 8. Donate at donatelifearkansas.org. Giving is a good look.
Welcome back to the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas High School Game Day Show. With us now on the Centerpoint Energy studio line is Nate Olson. He's the regional editor of Scorebook Live and co-host of the Vaccinate Arkansas Scoreboard Show, along with Rex Nelson. Nate will join me each week to talk about some of the big matchups. Nate, what are some of the early storylines across the state of Arkansas that we should be focused on?
Well, first of all, welcome, Michael. It's going to be a pleasure to be with you. It's going to be a pleasure to also be with Rex again in studio. But there's some really big happenings over the off season. Looking at Bryant, they come in with a 30-game winning streak. They play this week, as you highlighted, the Salt Bowl. A lot of uncertainty. I listened to Buck James' press conference this week. A lot of guys, he said, that were in the stands last year watching the game that will be playing. So it's going to be interesting to see if Bryant can keep that up. If they win the championship this year, that would be the 4th straight title, and they would be the first large school team to be able to do that. So we'll see how history unfolds with them. Also, Pulaski Academy, a new coach for the first time, 18 years, Kevin Kelly, steps away to go to Presbyterian College to see how his unorthodox style will work at the college level. Anthony Lucas, new coach, we all know him, the former Razorback, and sounds like things are going very well there. It looks like they are not going to miss a beat without Kevin Kelly.
And, Nate, what other game are you watching this week that we should pay attention to?
Shiloh Christian, they play Pea Ridge this week, and Shiloh Christian lost one game last year. Looks like they very well could go undefeated this year with quarterback Eli Wisdom, a very good quarterback, a college recruit. And then you can't forget Fordyce working on a three-peat, and a story in Reuters, the wire service this week, about how the players rallied around the COVID vaccine. You mentioned the COVID earlier. All their team got, or most of them got vaccinated so that they could avoid the forfeits that might go along with an outbreak. So they don't have a lot of players returning, but a lot of talent there. Tim Rogers is a great coach. Look to see if they can win 3 straight championships at the 2A level.
Nate Olson, the regional editor of Scorebook Live, thanks for joining us. I know it's not a lot of time, so much to dive into during the first week, but Nate will be back regularly to talk about some of the big games across the state of Arkansas. Don't forget, when the games are over, tune in to the High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Vaccinate Arkansas with Rex Nelson and Nate Olson from 10 p.m. until midnight. Scores, interviews, and more. This week's show has been brought to you by the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, Gift Arkansas 529 Education Savings Plan, Hot Springs Convention and Visitors Bureau, Keep Arkansas Beautiful, Arkansas Delta Byways, Simmons Bank, Saracen Casino and Resort, UAMS, Vaccinate Arkansas, Centerpoint Energy, Arkansas Prostate Awareness Foundation, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, Delta Dental, Arkansas State Parks, and Aurora. I'm Michael Westbrook. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoy your game if you're able to attend or listen on the radio, or maybe even video perhaps. I'll talk to you again next week with another edition of the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas High School Game Day Show.
The following is a special sports presentation from the EAB Sports Network.
It's time for Nettleton Raider football on 94.1 Bob FM. Presented by NEA Baptist, First National Bank, Kavanaugh Auto Group, Jonesboro Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, St. Bernard's, Domino's Pizza, and Real Estate Nate. Now let's go to the NEA Baptist broadcast booth and join Craig Miller for the First National Bank pregame show.
Yellow again, everybody, and welcome to Raider football season number 56. My name is Craig Miller, and I'm sitting right along field side with my tag team partner, Andy Shatley. Andy, welcome to the EAB NTV broadcasting experience.
Good evening, Craig, and good evening to all of our listeners this evening. I am ecstatic that we've got high school football game going on tonight.
You and I both. Tonight, the Nettleton Raiders open up their 2021 season here at Blytheville against their old 5A East Conference mates, the always tough Blytheville Chickasaws. It's the first regular season game for both teams. Nettleton defeated Osceola 14-7 in their scrimmage, and Blytheville lost to West Memphis 21-0. The last time that these two teams met was 1 year ago. Nettleton won that game 27-20. Speaking of last year, Nettleton finished last year's COVID-shortened season 3-5, and they lost in the first round of the playoffs at Maumelle. Blytheville finished their season 5-5. They advanced to the second round of the playoffs before being ousted at Prairie Grove. The coaches in the conference have picked Blytheville to win the conference this season, and like I said, they always play the Raiders tough. Should be a dandy here tonight at Haley Field. We're about to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to hear from Nettleton's 9th-year head coach. Where does the time go? Stephen Hampton. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're listening to the First National Bank pregame show here on the EAB Sports Network.
Ship anything, anywhere at your #1 shipping source, Pack Mail in Jonesboro. Bring anything to Pack Mail, and they'll pack it, ship it, crate it, freight it, no matter how big, fragile, or awkwardly shaped. Since 1998, Pack Mail has been your #1 shipping source, the only authorized shipper of all the major carriers. UPS, FedEx, DHL, the Postal Service, and freight services all in one store. At Pack Mail, you have choices. Here's Pack Mail Tim to tell us more.
Trey, we are the experts at finding solutions for even the most demanding shipping situations, and our experienced staff can help you choose the best option. So if you need to go to the post office, then FedEx, or all the way out to UPS terminal, and then get that international shipment to DHL, you can do it all in one fast, convenient, and friendly place. Pack Mail.
See, I told you, Pack Mail ships anything, anywhere, through any shipper. Pack Mail, voted the #1 printing, packaging, and shipping store in Jonesboro. Don't trust your shipping needs to just anybody. Trust Pack Mail, 361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. Ship anything, anywhere, today at Pack Mail.
Did you know for the first time in years a percentage of positive drug tests has increased among workers due to increasing use of methamphetamines and marijuana? Employment drug testing is a powerful risk management tool that provides a safer, more productive workplace. It helps decrease employee turnover and absenteeism, reduces employer risk, and lowers workers' compensation incentive rates by reducing the chance of accidents and injury. A drug-free workplace program can ensure that you have a safer, more productive workplace. National MedTest Incorporated is a company who specializes in this field. Give them a call today at 931-1993 and set up a program that's right for you to make your place drug-free. National MedTest Inc., making businesses and schools drug-free.
We're here for our pregame visit with Coach Stephen Hampton, the head coach of the Nettleton Raiders. Coach Hampton, this is your 9th season as the head coach of the Raiders. Last year must have been the strangest one yet. What were the key takeaways from last season?
Well, last year was probably one of the most difficult seasons, just having to deal with things outside of football and things outside of our control. And, that's one thing we preach to our kids is just, overcoming adversity. And we had to overcome a lot. It was week to week, people being quarantined. You just had to have that next man up mentality and, go and play. And, I think our kids learn from that, and hopefully we'll all be better from it.
Coach, we got some new faces on the coaching staff this year that I know you're very excited about. Tell me about those guys, where they came from, and what they coach. Let's start off with Alan Johnson.
Alan, he's coming to us from Arkansas State. He's been there for the past 7 years. He was on Coach Anderson's staff, and he was a defensive back coach there. For us, he's our defensive coordinator and our defensive back coach. Has really brought a lot of to our defense, and we're excited to have him, and really the energy that he's brought to that side of the ball.
Awesome. Brian Lovins, Coach Brian Lovins.
Yeah, Coach Lovins is coming to us from Greene County Tech. He's been at Greene County Tech for 6 years. He's been the defense coordinator the past 4 years. And just his knowledge of our conference, of course, he's been through it. He knows all the teams, very familiar. One thing that drew me to him, he's a little older. He's only been coaching for 6 years, but he's a little older. He's been in the military. He's been a police officer. Kind of done a lot of different things. Got a lot of experiences, world experiences, and so just be able to share that with our kids has been really good.
Glad to have Coach Lovins. That's all well and good. I'm a little bit concerned. Are you sure he's not a spy from Greene County Tech?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. I'm pretty sure of his loyalties now. He's got kids in our district, and, he's all in. He's a Nettleton Raider.
Love it. Speaking of the 5A East, we got another new coach coming from the city with a smile, Wynne, Arkansas, Coach Josh Pagan.
Yeah, Coach Pagan comes to us. He's been down at Wynne for the past few years. And he'll be coaching our running backs. We're excited to have him. Just like Coach Lovins, he's been through, the conference. He's very familiar. He knows the ups and downs, of this conference. And, at Wynne, they've had a pretty good run of running backs, so they know a thing or two about that, and that's who he'll be working with for us.
Now, you mentioned Coach Alan Johnson earlier. He's going to be the defensive coordinator. That's a little bit of a change for you, Coach, because last year you served as a head coach and defensive coordinator. This year you've got 2 coordinators. You're the head coach. How's that change been for you so far?
Well, it's been awesome to have Coach Johnson, someone that, you trust, and someone that, that he's putting in the time. I'm very involved with the defense. We're, me, him, and Coach Lovins, but he's leading that. We're texting, late at night. He's up watching film. He's texting, different fronts, different things that, getting our ideas. But it's freed me up to do more, head coach stuff, booster club, things like that. Those are things that, people, we've got new booster club president and representatives, and so just being able to work with them because they're new to those positions, and so it helps, being able to help them through some of those things.
Yeah, it's a shame that Alan and Dana Williams don't have another son.
Yeah, no doubt. They were awesome. They were awesome with us, But, we've got great people in place now, and they're doing a great job. It's just sometimes some of those things are new, working with a concession stand, scheduling things, until you've gone through it, you just got to get that experience. And so, fortunately, the parents are parents of kids that are ninth graders, so hopefully they'll be with us for the next few years, and it'll be smooth sailing.
Coach, let's talk about this year's team. Being around practice, one thing that I sense is a real feeling of optimism surrounding this year's team. When you talk about reasons for optimism, you got to start with the returning quarterback, number 9, Cameron Scarlett.
Yeah, he's an all-state player. Anytime you can return your quarterback, that's a big plus, especially one of his caliber. We're very excited about him. I think everyone's seen his running ability. We're excited for him to be able to showcase his throwing ability. But on top of all of that, his physical attributes, his leadership skills is what sets him apart, and he's become a tremendous leader for us.
Who is Cameron going to be handing the ball off to and throwing to this year?
Well, that's one of our strengths of our team is our running back. We feel like we have kind of a stable of running backs, but that'll be led by Kobe Bradley. He's first up on the depth chart. He's going to lead the running game. But we've got Orion Pugh, who is more than capable. Mark Helen Barber has stepped in. Keandre Pope has been a pleasant surprise throughout the summer and fall camp. And so those four really, we feel good about all four of those guys going back and carrying the football. At receiver, that's going to be led by Jaden Brown. He's kind of our big play guy that one of the elements we were missing last year. We didn't really have that guy that could take the top off and that was catching the ball consistently. We feel like he's going to be that guy. He caught a touchdown pass last week in the scrimmage. You got Daniquius Willis coming back as our tight end. We've got Savion Floyd, Braylon King, Ken Warren, Mike Shan. All those guys are going to be guys we're going to be called on to, at the receiver position.
You mentioned Jaden Brown. That's a new face. That's another new face here. Where did Jaden come to us from?
Well, Jaden moved in last year from Osceola after football season. He moved in. He actually ran track for us last spring. He's a tremendous track athlete. So he played football at Osceola, played defensive back primarily, and a little bit of receiver. But he's been a great addition for us.
One of those you wish he would have moved to Nettleton before football season ended.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, we would have loved to have him, but we're happy to have him now, so just look forward to what he brings to the offense.
Coach Stephen Hampton on the pregame show. Coach Hampton, let's talk about the unsung heroes of the team. Chicks dig 'em, the Nettleton Raider O-line.
Yeah. Hey, these coaches dig them. They're a good group. They're most of those guys are returning starters. I think it starts with Moses Williams. He's a returning All-State player. Big Mo, we feel like there's no one in this state that he can't base block. You line up one-on-one, just mano-a-mano, he can handle them. And so he's a big, strong kid. If it's short yardage, there's a good chance we're going to be running behind Mo. We got Alan Campbell returning at the other tackle position. He's got a chance to be, he's got the ability to play at the next level. Now, he's got things he's got to take care of, but physically, we feel like he's a guy that could play next level. We got Ryan Crawford. He's moved from guard to center. He's done a really nice job, We feel like that fits him better, his skill set. And then Kylan Gates, he's going to step in at one of the starting guard spots. Kylan is a kid that last year, unfortunately, missed quite a bit of playing time because of, quarantines, nothing, being in class with somebody. And it just seemed like he was one of those that it happened to multiple times, And then the last guy on the offensive line, guy that I'm, really proud of, that's Hayden Partee. He's a kid that honestly, he was a third-team tight end last year. And we approached him about the move to offensive line. He embraced it. He worked his tail off in the offseason, getting stronger, getting as big as he could. And he's really excelling at that guard spot. So we're really proud of him. And he's become one of our team captains.
Awesome. That covers the O-line.
Yep.
Looking forward to watching those guys go to work. I know Coach Pitts is very excited about this crew.
Yeah, and Coach Pitts, he takes a lot of pride in the offensive line. It's his baby. He's a former offensive lineman. He coaches exactly like he played. I coached Coach Pitts at Rogers. He played center, and he played with the same tenacity and just effort. He wasn't the tallest, but no one out hustled him or played any harder than him, and that's what he expects from his offensive line.
Coach, let's switch gears and talk about the defense. It seems to me that a real strength of this team is going to be your defensive line.
Oh yeah, we're really excited about those guys. We feel like we've got a two deep that we can sub guys in. You'll see different personnel packages with different guys on the field at a time, depending on the situation. But it starts with Jordan Pegram. He's had an outstanding summer. We're going to move him around and try to put him in a position where he can make plays. He's done that. You've got Javonte Wallace, who's playing really, really good right now. Cam Phillips has stepped up. He'll be a senior, first time kind of getting a chance to play, and he's taking advantage of it at the nose guard position. Jorge Salas is a senior. Man, he's doing well at one of the defensive ends. And then guys like Kylan Butler, he's kind of a pass rush specialist, long, lean guy that can come off the edge. And so those guys, we feel good, about those guys and what they bring to the table.
Talking with Coach Johnson, he told me that y'all primarily going to be running out of the 3-3 stack. Let's talk about your linebackers. How are the linebackers looking?
Yeah, that was one of the question marks we had really throughout the summer, the spring. Question mark we had. Been pleasantly surprised. We've plugged in Orion Pugh at the Mike backer spot. He's still learning it, but he has filled a huge void for us. His explosiveness, you see it when he played running back. He's very explosive, strong kid. He missed most of the summer because of kind of a nagging injury, but he's been back and doing well. Blake Brown is another one that missed most of the summer, just kind of a nagging hip injury, and he's back. He's full speed. He's kind of the leader. He's our Sam backer and doing a really good job. And then Jamie Morris is our weak side linebacker, our will backer. He got some experience last year, and he's really coming on. And then guys that are stepping up behind him, Colin Shelton, a sophomore, and then Demian Person. You'll see both of those guys. Both of them are sophomores. They're going to get playing time, and we feel good about when they go in the game. They can handle their own, and they're going to be admirable backups to those guys.
Orion Pugh, you mentioned him making the switch from running back to linebacker. Will there be some packages where he plays running back some this year?
Oh, absolutely. He is still in the mix at running back. You're looking at a guy that ran for a lot of yards last year. So in no way are we're gonna take him away from that. It's a long season. So as much as we're gonna run the football, we're going to need a stable of backs, and he's definitely going to be in the mix.
Coach, what about your defensive secondary? How are those guys looking?
Oh, that's one of the areas we felt like defensive line and secondary. We had returning guys there, so secondary is one of our strengths. We got Dorian Tucker at a free safety. He's a returning starter. Markellen Barber at one corner, also a returning starter. And then Juan Badillo really has, I tell you what, Coach Johnson's done a great job with him. More than anything, just confidence. His confidence is through the roof, and he's playing really well. And then our outside, really, they're kind of hybrid guys, strong safety kind of guys. Halon Willie is going to be a senior who's really come on. He's come on. He's gotten bigger and stronger. It's just a matter of finding the right spot for him, and we feel like that outside, linebacker / strong safety spot really fits him. And then Curtis Smith, a sophomore, is going to be on the other side, and really the sky's the limit for him. He's super talented, and if he just, we were talking about him a while ago, how locked in he is right now, and if he stays that way, stays locked in, there's no telling how good he could be.
He's also your backup quarterback.
Yes, he is, and so he's gonna be on the field a lot. And like I said, he's a super talented kid, and you just got to stay with it, and the sky's the limit for them.
Coach, our opponents tonight, the Blytheville Chickasaws. What do you know about Blytheville? What's it going to take to beat the Chicks?
Well, they've got a coaching change, so they're kind of going through a transition right now. Kind of a different look, Blytheville, than what we've seen in the past. In their scrimmage game, they were in I formation, even a little power I at times, and they still got into some spread formations. But I think the strength of their team is at the running back position. They don't really have the receivers that they've had necessarily in the past. So I think they're going to rely, a little more on the run game. What it's going to take, we're going to have to get after them. We're going to have to create some turnovers. They are big up front, but we feel like, our speed on defense can cause them problems. And really, their numbers are not as great as ours. We feel like our depth is going to play into our advantage. So when it gets into the third and fourth quarter, especially as hot as it is, hopefully our depth will benefit us.
Coach, their quarterback, Jeremiah Northern, I've been hearing rumblings and rumors that he has left the team to pursue a rap career. What do we know about that?
Well, what I do know is, yes, he did sign a record deal, a record label. He's a very talented rapper, so that is true. He did play in their scrimmage game last Tuesday against West Memphis, but it is my understanding that since then, just with the time that was going to be required for him recording and stuff, that it's not going to match up with playing football. So to my understanding, he's no longer with the team, so they'll be down to their backup quarterback.
Well, we wish that young man and his family played here at Nettleton, the Northern guys. Wish him the best in his new career. And thankfully, I know I speak for all of Raider Nation when I say thankfully, Cameron Scarlett's not pursuing a rap career.
Yeah, I don't know that he would have the same success, but we're thankful that he's chosen football.
Absolutely. Coach Hampton, thank you so much for your time. Let's go get a win tonight.
Absolutely.
Raider pride, brother.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document systems dealer in Jonesboro. That's right, since 1965, Forrest Office Machines has provided dependable office equipment and reliable service. We follow the equipment journey through all kinds of changes and developments, always on the and our partnership with Sharp Document Systems means we offer the very latest, most dependable equipment. And Forrest is the only office equipment dealer that when you can walk in our store and get it. When you need it fixed, you can call us.
This is Barry Forrest. My family's been taking care of equipment needs of businesses just like yours since 1965. I would love to work for you today.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document system dealer at 1005 G Street in Jonesboro. 932-7852. 932-7852. Call Forrest Office Machines today.
Get back to school ready with Elite Eye Care. Getting prepared for the upcoming school year is more than just new bags and books. So make your appointment today for new classes to complete the look. In the year 2021, we have more online learning than ever before. This can cause more blue light exposure and farsightedness in children and young adults. That's why, for the entire month of August, Elite Eye Care is dedicating this month's special to bring the best sight and preventative care to your little ones. Stop by the whole month of August to get free blue light protection with the purchase of polycarbonate lens. This offer also extends to teachers and school professionals and can be combined with insurance only at Elite Eye Care, 1000 Windover Road in Jonesboro and 1515 West Kings Highway in Paragould. Schedule today at EliteEyeCareandOptical.com or call 972-6040. That's 972-6040. Elite Eye Care. Your vision is our focus.
We got to fix that. Try to figure that out. And we welcome you back to the pregame show, the First National Bank pregame show here from Haley Field in Blytheville, Arkansas. Andy enjoyed talking to Coach Hampton. I can't believe he's been at Nettleton 9 years, and that was it was an honor to sit down and talk to the man. And I got to admit, that's a very interesting situation with Blytheville's 3-year starting quarterback. This would be his 3rd year. The artist known now as Big Fizzle, Jeremiah Northern, missing his senior year to embark upon a rap career. How about that?
Well, I tell you that the opportunities for kids nowadays to pursue all kinds of avenues for success are endless in the digital world and entertainment world. I don't know that I was talented enough for anybody to even care what I sang or what lyrics that I wrote whenever I was a senior in high school. So kudos to his ability to have fans and create a product that's marketable.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I do have to say that his cousins, a couple of Nettleton Raider guys, Jamarcus Northern and Jaron Northern, a couple of great young men, and I know that they're very proud for their cousin. And honestly, as a Nettleton Raider fan, I am thankful that he's a talented rapper and he's got this wonderful opportunity because it gives us a much better chance of being successful against Blytheville tonight.
Well, it sure does. Him being a third-year starter at the quarterback position, and the quarterback position absolutely is important in the high school level and certainly will play a role in tonight's football game. I will be very interested to see who steps up in his place and leads the Blytheville offense.
We are about 7 minutes away from kickoff. We're here at the NEA Baptist broadcasting position at Haley Field. Get better with Baptist, the First National Bank pregame show. We're about 6:45 from kickoff, and I want to tell you about the starters for the Raiders. On offense, Cameron Scarlett, the All-State quarterback, is coming back. This is his second year to start. And, Andy, I know you got a chance. As a former Raider quarterback yourself, you always take special interest in the Raider quarterbacks. This young man impressed me last year.
Well, as the offense goes, the quarterback goes, the offense goes. That's absolutely the case in high school. Everything goes through the quarterback. If the quarterback can take care of the football, make good decisions, put you in right plays, distribute the football safely, and knows what's going on, specifically at a senior level leadership, you got to be excited about that as a head coach, to have a senior quarterback that has games and gains of experience. Very tough-nosed quarterback, very talented, very fast, very strong, and has a nice arm, and will be interested to see how much they throw the football tonight. Last year, maybe not so much, but I kind of have a sneaking suspicion they may put the ball in the air this evening.
I think you're right. He is has received interest from Arkansas State University, Louisiana Tech, numerous smaller colleges. He's going to be playing on Saturday for sure. I'll tell you the thing I appreciate about Cameron Scarlett. Every time that I make a video for the football team, Cameron Scarlett sends me a text, or he'll see me in the hall, Mr. Miller, thank you for doing that. And that speaks volumes about the way he was raised, about the character of that young man, Cameron Scarlett.
You certainly are happy as a head coach and offensive coordinator to have that type of individual in control of the offense on the field for you. It's really a third coach out there on the field.
The other starters for the Raiders at running back, Kobe Bradley will be getting the start. He'll be wearing number 13 tonight. Kobe is a senior, 6 foot, 185. Had a good season last year. Split time really with Orion Pugh. It was kind of a thunder and lightning type situation. Orion, the big bruising back, and Kobe Bradley, the slasher, the quick back. And he'll be getting the majority of the carries tonight. The receiving crew, the tight end, is D.J. Willis getting the start. The receivers, Jaden Brown, Ken Warren McShann, and Savion Floyd. There's one name on there that you may not recognize, Raider fans, and that is Jaden Brown, number 8. He came from Osceola, had a big season last year with Osceola, Andy, and we're very thankful to have Jaden Brown at Nettleton.
Yeah, he's a very talented athlete. He comes from to Nettleton Raiders by way of Osceola halfway through the year, ran track for Nettleton, very fast. And he, at Osceola last year had 22 catches for 416 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he is not new to the position. He is not new to football. I suspect you will see some connections in between him and Cameron this evening.
He's not new at having success against Blytheville as well. He put up some big numbers in the game last year against the Chickasaws. Glad to have Jaden Brown wearing the black and gold. The coin toss is going on. It looks like Blytheville has won the opening coin toss. They've elected to receive. Let me tell you about the starters on the offensive line for the Raiders. Very, very good crew. Ryan Crawford at center. Kylan Gates at left guard. Alan Campbell at left tackle, Hayden Partee at right guard, Moses Williams at right tackle. And, Andy, if you don't have a good offensive line, you don't have a good football team.
Well, I can speak from experience. Whenever I was in high school, I didn't get touched, and we were very successful. And if you can keep hands off the quarterback and give quarterback an opportunity to make good decisions and buy time for him, the offense can be very successful. This game will be dictated in the trenches, and the big offensive line for Nettleton Raiders tonight could set the tone for this entire game.
The defense for the Raiders that starts up front on the line. The nose guard is Cam Phillips. The defensive ends, Jorge Salas and Jordan Pegram. That's, in my humble opinion, Andy, that's the strength of this defense, that big defensive line.
Yeah, that Pegram last name, it's got some athleticism to it.
It sure does.
I believe that harkens back to maybe Arkansas State basketball. So he comes from a long line of athleticism. I'm excited to see him play tonight.
His father, James Pegram, was a star basketball player at ASU, helped lead ASU to their only NCAA appearance back when Dickie Nutt was the coach. His older brother, Big J, is what we call him, Big J Pegram. He is playing at UA Monticello. Other starters, linebackers, Blake Brown, Orion Pugh, Jamie Morris. Outside linebackers, Halon Willie, Cortez Smith. And the secondary cornerbacks, Markellen Barber, Juan Badillo, and Dorian Tucker. Kind of had to hurry through that because they're ready to get started. The Raiders are ready to kick off. Nettleton wearing their white tops, gold pants. They'll be moving from left to right. They're getting ready to kick off. Kicking off for the Raiders is Cortez Smith, number 27. And there's a few Chickasaws back deep, ready to receive. I'm not going to lie to you, we don't have a good roster from Blytheville. The PA guy doesn't have a good roster from Blytheville, so we'll do our best for our friends from Blytheville to call out the kids' names, but maybe kind of hard. Little squib kick, rolls out of bounds at the 34-yard line. And interesting call there to squib it.
Yeah, they've got – Blytheville has some athletic ability on that side of the field, and so to neutralize that kickoff return, kind of putting it over there to cut the field in half, honestly, fortunately, they touched the ball right there. That ball going out of bounds could have been a penalty right there.
Illegal procedure penalty. As it is, the ball is on the 34-yard line of the Chickasaws. That's where Blytheville will be taking over 1st and 10. First play of the game coming up. First play of the 56th season of Raider football.
It's really a beautiful night tonight, and Blytheville has a beautiful field also, beautiful artificial turf field. Nettleton Raiders are here supporting. Got some great fans and cheerleaders over on the sideline, so it's a football game about to happen. First snap of the game.
It is 1st and 10 for the Chickasaws here in a scoreless game. First possession of the game, first possession of the year for Blytheville. 1st and 10 from the Raider 44. Blytheville moving from right to left on your screen. Russell, the quarterback, from the gun, hands it off, almost a loose ball, but Cam Phillips hits him right at the line of scrimmage. Actually hit him behind the line of scrimmage. He fell forward. Forward progress got to the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Chickasaws.
Boy, that ball, you saw a lot of that football right there. The quarterback didn't really receive the snap, and then when it was time to hand it off, he barely got it in the breadbasket of the running back there, and you saw a lot of football there. So
it's against Blytheville. So, Andy, that'll be, I think at that point, an offsides is a 5-yard penalty, correct? That's not a halfway to the goal.
It's be 1st and goal, so it would be halfway. If so, it was 1st and goal on that play, so it'll be half the distance.
Okay, so it'll be 1st down and goal to go from the 4-yard line. Nettleton in a scoreless game, 9:38 on the clock here in the first quarter. Nettleton looking to get on the board first. Scarlett gives to Kobe Bradley. He jukes a defender, running to the sideline, trying to get to the pylon. He is a little bit short. It looks like he's run out of bounds at the 1-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal to go for the Raiders from the 1.
Well, I'll tell you, Craig, if we have
2-0 lead, 9:22 to play in the first quarter, and he is pushed out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Cortez Smith with a big tackle.
Well, that's a big hit right there. That quarterback for Blytheville's not real big. He's only about 5'8", and Cortez really brought the heat right there. Put his helmet on him. That's the kind of hits as a quarterback you remember, like, oh, I'm going to look for that guy the next time.
Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3. Nettleton leading 7-0 with 9:13 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Russell under center this time, and that is an I formation. They're in the I formation. They got a fullback. They got a tailback. Is it 2 tight ends? Am I seeing that correctly? How about this? Somewhere up above, Coach Pat Hawk is rejoicing at old school I formation football. Gives to the tailback, runs right side. He's got a crease, and he goes through. He's got a first down. He is tackled. It's like Dorian Tucker in on the stop. Also in on the stop for the Raiders is Jordan Pegram. First down at the Nettleton 42-yard line.
Once again, Blytheville is showing a lot of the football. That ball right there was almost stripped as he was going down. So Nettleton really, I'm sure their defensive coordinator is saying, listen.
First quarter, your score, Nettleton 7, Blytheville 0. You are listening to Raider football on the EAB Sports Network. He's got the first down and then some. He is marked down at the 20-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 17 for the freshman quarterback.
Yeah, whenever you empty your backfield out like that right there, it's the person responsible for the quarterback is going to be your Mike linebacker, and so it's going to be Orion versus the Omarion, the quarterback, Omarion Russell for Blytheville, and the kid can move.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they go empty backfield and they try to snap it to him if we don't start spying him and start really just putting somebody right on him to make sure he doesn't get outside the pocket.
1st and 10 for Blytheville on the Nettleton 21-yard line. Nettleton leads 7-0. 8:27 remaining in the first quarter. Omarion Russell, the quarterback, he's dropping back to pass again. The play is whistled dead. There is a flag in the defensive secondary, and it looked to me like it's going to be a delay of game, actually. So delay of game called against Blytheville. That'll back him up 5 yards. It'll be first down and 15 for Blytheville. The ball on the Nettleton 26-yard line. Nettleton with a 7-0 lead with 8:25 remaining in the first quarter. Omarion Russell from the gun, dropping back to pass once again. This is a pass-happy offense. Running to his left, Javante Wallace almost had him. He's still scrambling to the right. He's got some running room, and he is tackled down close to the first down, close to the 10-yard line by Haylon Willie. He might have got first down yardage. It looks like it's going to be actually, that's enough for a first down. Big scramble by the freshman quarterback right there.
He's certainly slippery. It doesn't look like he really wants to throw the football. I think dropping back, I don't necessarily know if he's going through some sort of a progression. At that point, he was backpedaling, sliding to his left. I think he's really just kind of looking to make a play. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get some defensive adjustments here to start spying the quarterback and putting somebody on him one-on-one to make sure he doesn't get out of the pocket.
1st and 10 from the Raider 11-yard line. Russell rolling to his left, under pressure, and he is going to be sacked. Blake Brown brings him down. Also in on the stop is Cam Phillips. It's going to be a loss on the play after the quarterback sack. It's going to be a loss of, it looks like, about 6 yards. 2nd down and 16 for Blytheville.
Yeah, that's the response we're looking for, because the linebackers are going to have to make an adjustment. D-line's going to have to make an adjustment to actually keep him within the pocket. He cannot escape the pocket, and they made a great adjustment right there of keeping him in the pocket, and then you have a loss of 9. So, and that's what we need to see.
Second down and 16 for Blytheville on the 19-yard line, the Raiders' 19-yard line. Russell under pressure. He is tackled in the backfield once again by Blake Brown, his 2nd quarterback sack of the series for Brown, and that's another big loss. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long for Blytheville as Blake Brown gets another quarterback sack.
And Blytheville certainly backed way back here. We're 3rd and, 24 yards. 3rd and 24 it looks like.
3rd down and very long for the Blytheville Chickasaws on the 25. Back to pass is Russell. He is under pressure again. And once again, quarterback sack, Blake Brown. third sack of the series for Blake Brown, and it's going to be 4th down and looks like maybe 25-26 for the Chickasaws.
Yeah, those are the adjustments that I thought you would see Nettleton play. They're too strong, they're too quick, they're too disciplined on defense. I think they were surprised trying to figure out what we were dealing with at quarterback on the other side of the football. And a couple of plays, he kind of got away from him. The Russell kid kind of got away from him, but they've certainly made the adjustment, said, okay, you're not going anywhere now.
4th down and long for Blytheville. Play is whistle dead. Timeout for the Chickasaws. Understand we do have some audio issues here, and we're doing our best to resolve them. But right now it's a timeout, Blytheville. We'll take that timeout with them. We'll see if we can't get a little better sound for y'all. 5:28 remaining in the first quarter. Nettleton with a 7-0 lead. You're watching and listening to Raider football on EAB Sports.
Always be there for you, sales and service. We realize that you have a choice of dealerships, but no one appreciates your business like we do, and we have since 1954. Glenn Sane, and God bless our troops.
And we welcome you back to Haley Field, Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. Hopefully we've got the audio issues taken care of. And I'm getting feedback from y'all. Thank you so much for shooting us text messages and letting us know a little bit too much crowd noise. And hopefully we've got that taken care of and resolved. The Nettleton Raiders lead 7-0 with 5:28 remaining in the first quarter. Blytheville has it 4th down and 24 yards, it looks like, from the Raider 26-yard line. From the gun, Omarion Russell, spread formation, 3 receivers spread out to the right. Russell, little screen pass, it is complete, but the tackle made by the Raiders, and that was originally hit by Kylan Butler. Kylan Shelton finished the job. Turnover on downs, 1st down Raiders.
Great defensive stand there by Nettleton Raiders. They prevent defense, and they try to throw a little slip screen to the left. Read it like a book. Nice tackling, bringing all your buddies to the party, and we got the ball turned back over to us.
I understand we're still having audio issues, and very sorry about that. I'm going to do my best to get over here and fix issues, so hang tight. It's a line issue is what I've been told, so we are going to get that fixed as soon as we can. Right now it's 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the 25-yard line, their own 25-yard line. Nettleton leads 7-0.
Craig, it looks like we're not the only problem having some difficulties. We've got some chain gang difficulties on the other sideline, so that's going to buy you a little bit of time.
Good deal. Well, I'm trying to look into the computer here, so anything happens on the field, Andy, you let the good people know about it, and I will try to get this fixed over here.
Well, as you can imagine, this is our first game of the year with a brand-new broadcast. We're working through some kinks, but we're certainly excited about being able to bring you live high school football from Blytheville, Arkansas here with Nettleton leading in the first quarter with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first quarter, 7-0. Nettleton has the ball on the 24-yard line, moving left to right.
Yeah, I think we got it fixed. We got it fixed, so we are ready to go. And we welcome you to the broadcast. If you're just now able to hear us well, Nettleton leading 7-0. With 5:18 remaining in the first quarter. That us play whistle did before it got going. Looking at the man in the white hat to see what the indication is. Look at illegal procedure call against the Raiders. So they'll back it up 5. It's going to be 1st down and 15 as we are being swarmed by wasps up here in the NEA Baptist broadcast position here at Haley Field. Andy Shatley is swinging at wasps like he used to swing at baseballs. That's 4 that he's killed so far tonight. It's 1st down and 15. The Raiders with the ball and a 7-point lead, 7-0, 5:18 remaining in the first quarter. Again, the play whistled dead before it could get going good. Flag on the play, and it's going to be another procedure call, illegal procedure against the Raiders, and that backs us up another 5 yards. Andy, that's not the direction we need to be going.
No, and you'll hear that. Honestly, I hate to say this, but you're going to see this a lot in the first week of high school football. These kids are amped up. They want to play. They want to hit somebody. They want to catch touchdown passes and the basics and the fundamentals of watching the football, making sure you know the snap count, and really paying attention and concentrating. That's what you see sometimes here.
It's 1st down and 20 for the Raiders. Cameron Scarlett gives to Kobe Bradley. Running right side, has a little bit of room. Nice tackle at about the 20-yard line. He falls forward to the 23-yard line. That's about a yard beyond the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd down and 11 for the Raiders.
Well, I can tell you what, they love running on the right side of that offensive line.
Yep.
And that hole was wide open.
Hayden Partee, Moses Williams doing a good job, and that's going to be an offsides call against the Chickasaws. I'm hoping, yes, offsides against Blytheville. And it was on that right side. So good job by Hayden Partee, Moses Williams over there on that right side, and that's 5 yards toward the right side of the field. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Raiders at their own 28-yard line. Cameron Scarlett from the gun. In motion, Savion Floyd. Give to Kobe Bradley. Kobe Bradley running behind a big block, Allen Williams. He's got a 1st down. He's to the 45-yard line, and it's going to be a 1st down Raiders. A nifty run by Kobe Bradley.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, I would just stay there all night long, and I've seen Gus Malzahn before at the college level. He looks and says, you know what, just run it again. Run it again. That's the same play. They're running like a trap to the backside, kick out the outside, and lead runner guard coming around and follow. He's literally just following him, just saying, just take me through the hole, and it is wide open on the right side.
Nettleton with a 7-0 lead, 4:24 and ticking in the first quarter of play. Scarlett gives to Bradley once again. This time he's hit in the backfield, belly-to-back suplex, and he is down. It's going to be a loss on the play. They may give him forward progress. It's going to be a loss of about 2, I believe, after they spot it. And it looked like the WWE out there, Andy. That was the defensive lineman for Blytheville. He looked like Brock Lesnar with a suplex.
Yeah, that play kind of got blown up in the backside, and he wasn't able to get where he wanted to get, and tried to cut it all the way back. And then he had 2 guys over there because that's really not where the play was intended. So fortunate for just that 2-yard loss.
Nettleton leading 7-0. First quarter, 3:54 on the clock. Clock is ticking. In motion is Savion Floyd. Fake to Floyd. Cameron Scarlett's going to keep it. He's past the 50. He's got a 1st down. Ball is loose. Fumble on the field. Scrum for the ball. Let's see who comes up with it. It looks like Nettleton has recovered. Ryan Crawford, the Raiders center, Johnny on the spot, and he saved the Raiders right there, recovering that fumble.
Hey, we'll give him the credit for those rushing yards.
That's right. I know Crawford would appreciate that. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Nettleton up 7-0. 3:33 on the clock. Scarlett looks to the sideline.
This would be a great time to throw the football right here and put some air underneath it.
He's calling an audible. On the left side, he's got Floyd and Jaden Brown. Let's see if he does that. He actually gives to Kobe Bradley. Kobe Bradley trying to bounce outside. He's across the 40 to the 37-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 38. That's going to be a gain of 6 on 1st down for Bradley, 2nd down and 4.
That's a great cutback there. He tried to do that initially just a minute ago, but on that time he was able to stiff arm him on the cutback, and he was one-on-one and made a great play to try to extend that and got a few yards out of it.
2nd down and 4 for the Raiders. They lead Blytheville 7-0 with 2:47 remaining in the first quarter. This time Scarlett is throwing down deep. He had a man open, but incomplete. However, there is a flag on the play intended for downtown Jaden Brown, and I believe he may have been interfered with down there, Andy.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of touching there, but certainly enough to draw a flag. I would love to have seen Jaden still come down with that football, because that was a very well thrown football, only where his receiver could catch the football. Blytheville defensive player just got caught in no man's land, tried to play up through the ball, and ended up running into Jaden. So we will certainly take the flag, but let's mark that up. Let's remember there's something there. there's something there between those two, and I have a suspicion they're going to connect a couple more times this game.
And that's going to be fun to watch all season long. After the pass interference call against Blytheville, it's 1st and 10 for the Raiders. They lead 7-0 here in the first quarter. Cameron Scarlett in the gun. In the backfield with him is Markellen Barber now. In motion, Savion Floyd. They give to Barber. Barber running tough right side. He's inside the 20-yard line before he is brought down by a host of Chickasaws. That's going to be a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 for the Raiders, and they're in the red zone.
That's a great job of just putting your nose down. There wasn't a whole lot there on that right side. Markellen just put his nose down and those some hard yards.
2nd down and 6 for the Raiders. 2:13 on the clock. They lead 7-0. In motion is Floyd. Cameron to pass. Looking for Floyd. He's got him wide open. Nice catch. Touchdown Raiders. Cameron Scarlett put it right over the shoulder of Savion Pretty Boy Floyd, and the Raiders are up 13-0.
Great job of backside wheel route out of the backfield. Honestly, I mean, both of them were open. Jaden was wide open on the slant, and then you had tailback coming a wheel play on the sideline. That was a beautiful throw by Cameron. Just let him wide open. That play will be there all night long.
That was a thing of beauty. Just such good timing by the Raiders. A great over-the-shoulder catch by Savion Floyd. Beautiful delivery by Cameron Scarlett. On to attempt his second point after field goal of the night is Joseph Newhung. On the hold, Ken Warren McShann, Jordan Pegram to snap. The snap good, the hold good, the kick up, and the kick right through the uprights. So with 2:03 remaining in the first quarter, your score is Nettleton 14, Blytheville 0.
Well, it's a great second drive for them to put some points on the board. You have what's about a maybe 60, 70-yard drive, 5 or 6 plays. They're seriously putting together some very, very clean offensive series, taking care of the football. They put it on the ground one time. We got lucky on that, Ryan, jumping on that football. That's something that we need to clean up. We cannot put the football on the ground because good football teams will make you pay for those. But I'm telling you, the results look beautiful on the scoreboard tonight.
We'll call that the Kavanaugh Auto Group Drive of the Night. To see Kavanaugh's complete inventory from the comfort of your home, log on to KavanaughCars.com. Nettleton with a 14-0 lead, 2:03 remaining in the first quarter. We're maybe having a little trouble with our video feed right now, so Daniel Golden working hard to get that right. Stay patient with us, folks, and hopefully one way or the other you're able to take in this game. Ryan Crawford, I'm glad that an offensive lineman gets credit for saving a drive. That was a huge fumble recovery on that play to keep the drive alive. And on to kick off is number 7. It's Kendrick McShann kicking off this time. Joseph Newhung is the field goal specialist. Kendrick McShann on to kick, and let's see if he tries to kick it a little bit deeper. And it's another little pooch kick. It lands about the 30-yard line. Blytheville Chickasaw fields it on a bounce. He's running left side. The Raiders with tremendous coverage, and he's going the wrong way. He goes to he's running running the other direction, south, and he's brought down at the 18-yard line by the Raiders. He ran about 50 yards, and he gained about -12.
I'll take it. If they want to run that direction, that's fine, because our kickoff cover team is absolutely relentless, and they're going after the ball. And one person holds them up, and everybody else, like say, invite your buddies to the party, and they had about 5 or 6 people take them down there, and that's the kind of pursuit that we want to see on kickoff.
Nothing but white shirts. That was a thing of beauty. Good job by the Raiders special teams kickoff coverage team. 1:54 remaining in the first quarter. Nettleton with a 14-0 lead over Blytheville. Scored their first touchdown on a 1-yard run by Kobe Bradley. The second touchdown on about a 19-yard pass from Cameron Scarlett to Savion Pretty Boy Floyd. Raiders up 14-0. Blytheville 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. And they are going under center, I formation. They have been passing the ball an awful lot, and that's going to be an offsides against the Raiders. It looked like on that left side, Blake Brown, who has 3 quarterback sacks tonight. Blake Brown, that laser outside linebacker, got a little bit of a head start. They whistled him for the foul. Offsides Raiders. It's going to be 1st down and 5 for the Chickasaws from their own 36-yard line. Raiders up 14-0 with 1:54 remaining in the first quarter. Under center is Omarion Russell. He gives to the tailback, and he is hit in the backfield. Make sure I get the right number. That's number 20. Who else? That's about the 5th tackle for a loss in this game by Blake Brown. That young man's having a game.
Yeah, he is. He's running free for the most part because I don't really know that they've actually touched him. They needed to realize where he's at on the football field. Blytheville's going to have to put a hat on him or he's going to have 25 tackles tonight.
Into the game for Nettleton is Kylan Goodlow. Also into the game is Cam Phillips, the starting nose tackle. He got a little breather. And it's one thing about this Raider team, they are deep on the defensive line. 1:17 in the first quarter, Nettleton up by 14. The Chickasaws going with the spread, 2 backs, and they're going to pass. Going deep and intended like number 11. He overthrew him, but he was well covered down there by Kylan Goodlow. Incomplete pass. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
I'm going to tell you, I don't really think this kid, Russell, really wants to throw the football. And if Nettleton can spy him and really think about containing him within the box, they're going to be much more successful because there's really not a whole lot open down the field, even on that play right there. That's what we're going to look for. It'd be interesting to see if Orion can spy him and make sure that we keep him in the pocket here.
3rd down and 6 from the gun. The Blytheville Chickasaws quarterback Omarion Russell. His Chicks trail the Raiders 14-0. Russell going deep again. This time it is incomplete, and that was Juan Badillo with some very good pass coverage. Incomplete. It's going to be 4th down and 6 for the Chickasaws from their own 25-yard line.
So those 9-route go routes are very, very low percentage routes, honestly. Those are sometimes referred to as 50-50 balls. And if that's what you're going to be counting on to move the football, then I feel really good about the Nettleton defense. And that time what you saw Orion was actually spying him, and you could see he wasn't going anywhere. He wasn't rushing. He was going to make sure the quarterback stayed in the pocket, and that's what happened.
So on to punt is the Chickasaws punt unit. Keandre Pope with 1:01 remaining in the first quarter. His Raiders leading 14-0. Nettleton 14, Blytheville 0 here in the first quarter. Keandre Pope set to return the punt, and a flag is thrown. That's going to be a delay of game called against Blytheville, and so it'll be 4th down and 11 from the 20-yard line. A lot of flags. You kind of expect that, Andy. The first game of the season, a lot of flags, both sides of the ball.
Yeah, the two things that you're going to see a lot of in your first night is you're going to see delay games because the offense, that sense of urgency of that game clock going all the time. A lot of times you don't get that same in practice, and also illegal procedures and lining up wrong.
High snap over the punter's head, and he falls down on it. He is down. The Raiders will take over on downs inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Raiders. It looks like the ball is spotted about the Chickasaw 6, maybe 7-yard line, 6-yard line. Big play, big special teams blunder by Blytheville. The snap was over his head, and he just couldn't get it until the Raiders were back there. And big break for Nettleton. Chance to put it in the end zone again.
Absolutely, Craig. This is one of the opportunities in a game that you can actually really put a team away early and put some points on the board early. You have a chance to go up by 2 touchdowns right here in the first quarter.
Cameron Scarlett gives to Kobe Bradley, running right side, trying to find the edge, runs out of bounds, is shoved out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and goal to go from the, we'll call it the 4-yard line, gain of 3. Nettleton leading 14-0 with 54 seconds remaining in the first quarter. But like Andy said, they are knocking on the house door right now.
Once again, Nettleton goes to that right side. They're going to like to run to that right side all night long. Those big hosses on the right side, man, they are moving some people.
Hayden Partee, Moses Williams, Jordan Pegram into the game. Pegram in motion. Now to the left side. DJ Williams also on the left side. Let's see if they want to run left side this time. Low snap, botched play. Kobe Bradley tackled in the backfield for a big loss. He is tackled about the 9-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 5. So it's going to be 3rd down and goal to go from the 9.
Craig, I will say something, being a former cornerback, sometimes you can be too close to the goal line. It really feels like all your plays, nothing really works. You're too close to really spread people out. I wouldn't be surprised if you get some misdirection here and some play action pass and then a dump to a tight end over the center somewhere here.
3rd down and goal to go from the 9. Play is whistled dead right after the snap. There is a flag on the play. Let's see. I'm hoping for an offsides here, Andy. That's what I'm hoping for. And it is that, offsides against Blytheville. So that'll help the Raider cause. Instead of 3rd and goal from the 9, it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 4.
Except for it probably is going to change the play. That's exactly what they were fixing to do. They did play action pass, released the tight end, see some misdirection, but you're probably going to see a change of play here.
16 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Nettleton 14, Blytheville 0. 3rd down and goal to go for the Raiders from the Chickasaw 4-yard line. Cameron Scarlett in the gun. Kobe Bradley in the backfield with him. He's going to pass. He's got Kobe Bradley open. Bradley catches it. He's battling for the end zone, and he is good. Touchdown Raiders. Touchdown Raiders. Kobe Bradley fought his way into the end zone, and the Raiders up 20-0.
What an unbelievable effort. He had no pathway to scoring there. He was 1-on-2. That's will. That's will to score. He drove his feet, kept his feet moving. He probably moved the defense 1 to 2 yards right there and then stuck the football out the last second because I think the referee really was going to call him out of bounds, and then he reaches at the last second, puts it right over the pylon. Boom, we have a touchdown. Wow.
Second touchdown for Kobe Bradley, and he fought for that one, folks. Second touchdown pass for Cameron Scarlett. Joseph Newhung out to attempt his 3rd extra point of the game. Nettleton leading 20-0. Snap good, hold good, kick, almost blocked, but he punches it through the uprights. His 3rd PAT of the game. Joseph Newhung perfect so far. And the Raiders, at the end of the first quarter, they lead Blytheville by the score of 21-0. We'll take a 60-second break, second quarter, and we come back. You're watching and listening to Raider football on the EAB Sports Network.
Guys, if you haven't made it into Orville's men's store, then you're missing out. They're the only store in town to exclusively carry brands like Barber, Duckhead, Strong Suit, Tommy Bahama, and Vineyard Vines. Orville's has everything a guy needs, from daily workwear to a big night out on the town. Orville's will have you looking more stylish and feeling more confident than ever before. So make your way to Orville's men's store at 2612 East Nettleton next to Steamroller Blues in Jonesboro and show off your stash. Shop online at orvillesms.com.
It's football time at Wings to Go. That means all the TVs watching the games, all the wings will be hot and flavorful, all the food will be good. It is time to come to Wings to Go. We've weathered the storm. It's almost over. Things are getting better, and we can't wait to see you at Wings to Go. Sports, wings, football, life is great at Wings to Go, both locations.
And we welcome you back to Haley Field here at Blytheville, Arkansas, where Nettleton won the first quarter by the score of 21-0. They start the second quarter with their kickoff team out on the field. That's Kendrick McShann, who is kicking off a little pooch kick. It is fielded to 30, and he is hit hard. The ball is loose. The ball is loose. I believe that was Chickasaws recover. It's the Chickasaws ball. I believe that was Dorian Tucker who hammered the player. Ball spurted loose, and the Chickasaws recovered at their own 29-yard line. Another almost turnover right there, Andy.
Oh, man, that was welcome to football Friday night. That may be one of the toughest licks you're going to see all season long. That high, short pooch kick. And I'm not sure that the defense or the player from Blytheville actually really, kind of expected that, or if he's used to receiving that football. But, man, he just took a lick.
He was hammered by the Raiders' Dorian Tucker, their strong safety, a young man who led the team in tackles last year, and he laid the wood on that one. Knocked the ball loose from him, but Blytheville able to recover. So with 11:57 to play in the first half, in the second quarter, Chickasaws down 21. And they're going to work against this Raider defense that has been very stingy so far. Timeout, Blytheville. We will take that timeout with them. 11:57 to play in the second quarter. Nettleton 21, Blytheville 0. We'll be right back with more Raider football on NTV and the EAB radio network. Back in 30 seconds.
Placid Tire Service is the area's biggest selection of in-stock tires at the lowest price. While others are searching for tires to order, we'll get you fixed up with a great set of tires and back on the road in no time with our 4 tires, 1 hour guarantee. Plus, we make the purchase easy on your budget with our Placid Tire Service card or no credit needed financing options. For the right tire at the right price right now, the choice is easy. That's Placid Tire Service.
And we welcome you back to Blytheville High School, Haley Field, where it has been all Nettleton Raiders so far here in the second quarter of play. Nettleton with a 21-0 lead over the Chickasaws with 11:57 remaining in the second quarter. First down and 10 for Blytheville from their own 29-yard line. Freshman quarterback for the Chickasaws, Omarion Russell, under center, and he is at a fullback and a tailback behind him. The old I formation. Under center, he gives to the tailback, and he's hit in the backfield. Several white shirts. It looked like Blake Brown made the initial contact, and Blake Brown is having an outstanding game defensively for the Raiders, Andy.
He may roll up 20 or 25 tackles tonight. I just don't think that they're putting a hand on him. He's running free tonight, and he is putting his nose on the football all night long.
Favorable spot for the Chickasaws. Puts them right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be second down and 10. Cortez Smith here on the near side. Juan Badillo top side. Blytheville moving from left to right on your radio dial. They trail the Raiders by 21 points. 21-0 here early in the second quarter. Nettleton with a 3-man front is a pass out in the flats. It is complete. Cortez Smith with a nice shoestring tackle at the Chickasaw 34-yard line. A gain of about 4, maybe 5. We'll give him 5. It's third down and 5.
That's a great tackle by Cortez Smith. I mean, that's actually a next-level tackle, breaking down when you have one-on-one in the open field like that right there and putting the receiver on the ground. Very, very, very fundamentally sound tackle right there. And as a defensive coordinator, you love to see actual people tackling ball carriers in the first week of the season.
Third and 5 for the Chickasaws. Nettleton with a 21-0 lead here, 10:28 to play in the second quarter. Third down and 5. They're going from the gun. Inside draw handoff to number 15. He's got a first down, and boy, he is hit hard. Cortez Smith and Dorian Tucker hit him hard, but he got the first down. Ball is spotted at the 46-yard line, and that's where Blytheville will take over first and 10.
Yeah, that's not a bad play option for them. Would be some quarterback draws and also inside screens, because I really don't think their downfield throwing is going to be effective. So, once again, a nice play, but Nettleton's going to have to learn from that and make an adjustment.
Raiders with a 3-man front from the gun, Omarion Russell. He's going to keep it. He's running right side. Javante Wallace giving chase, and Markellen Barber pushes him out of bounds, but not before he gets a gain of about 10. Actually, it's going to be a gain of about 13. So first down, Blytheville.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a undisciplined defense there. Spying the quarterback on the backside, the will linebacker. We're going to have to stay home right there and not chase that fake. Mike linebacker took off after the running back, and all of a sudden we didn't have anybody on the backside right there.
9:56 on the clock in the second quarter. Nettleton leading 21-0. First down and 10 for the Chickasaws. They're moving left to right on your radio dial. They're on the Raider 42-yard line. Back to passes Omarion Russell. He is under a whole lot of pressure, and he is thrown down behind the line of scrimmage. That is big Jordan Pegram with the quarterback sack, and that's going to be a loss of about 10.
That's a great play. That takes back all of the yardage they just gave up on the scramble. So great job right there. Nice play. You had 2 or 3 people around the ball, and that's kind of what you wanted to defense. Man, you got to be excited if you're the defensive coordinator at Nettleton tonight.
Alan Johnson very excited for sure, and excited after that play by big Jordan Pegram. He grabbed him and threw him down with his left hand, and that was a fine play by Jordan. Second down and 20 for the Chickasaws. They are at their own 48-yard line, moving left to right. The Nettleton Raiders have a 21-0 lead here with just over 9 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Chickasaws back to pass. Over the middle. It's tipped, almost intercepted by the Raiders, but it's an incomplete pass. Blake Brown, who's been everywhere tonight, at least 4 or 5 tackles for losses, and he almost had an interception right there. It's going to be 3rd down and 20.
He's, really doing a great job of protecting the football there. It's kind of slung around a couple of times, had to switch hands. I'm not a real big fan of seeing him switching hands with the football, but he's certainly trying to keep it away from the defense. I love to see that he cares about protecting the football. If I'm an offensive coordinator and I'm watching my running backs and my quarterbacks and I see them intentionally trying to protect the football, I love to see that early on in the season, because you know what? If we can hold on to the football, not put the football on the floor, we're going to be successful tonight.
The Nettleton Raiders successful so far with a 21-0 lead here with 8:01 remaining in the second quarter. We have an injured Chickasaw. Looks like a offensive lineman. He's got his jersey kind of bunched up. I can't give you his name or number, but he is being helped off the field, and we sure hope that young man is all right. Some of the great staff from St. Bernard Sports Medicine, where Andy is the director, are helping that young man out off the field, and let's hope that he's all right.
Yes, Craig, I wouldn't be surprised to see some kids go down with some cramps tonight. You pretty much see that every year. It is really, really hot in Arkansas right now, and so drinking fluids, drinking Gatorade, drinking electrolytes. Hopefully they're getting those down, these kids, tonight, because in this second, third, and fourth quarter, they're going to run low on electrolytes. It's hot.
85 degrees on the field. Hard count draws Batesville offsides. That'll be an offsides penalty against the Chickasaw, so it'll be 1st and 5 for the Raiders. They're in Batesville territory. That 5-yard penalty is going to put the ball at the 36-yard line. Nettleton 21, Blytheville 0, 7:54 remaining in the second quarter. Andy, you mentioned the C word, cramps. I haven't seen many cramps so far, but I knew coming in that was going to be a factor tonight with it being 85 degrees out there on that turf. Give to Jaden Brown. Jaden Brown, jet sweep right side. He's got a first down and then some. He falls forward to about the 20-yard line, carrying a bunch of maroon jerseys with him. Downtown Jaden Brown with the first down. However, there is a flag on the play. Looks like it's right around the line of scrimmage, and that's usually bad news for the offensive team. Let's see what the man in the white hat says. That's going to be a hold against the Raiders. So that'll be a 10-yard spot foul. Unless it was in front of the line of scrimmage, then I guess it will be a 10-yard foul. 10-yard penalty. They mark off 10 yards. It'll be 1st down and 15 for the Raiders. The ball on the Chickasaw 46-yard line.
We still really haven't seen them put the ball in the air tonight, and this is going to be a nice series for them to do that. You're up 21-0. You really like to see them see if they can put the ball in the air, and they're going to put it on the ground again.
Yeah, give it to Markell and Barber. He is battling forward. Moses Williams pushing him from behind, and he gets to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be a gain of 5 for Markell and Barber, and that will bring up 2nd down and 9 after a gain of 6.
This is where I wouldn't be surprised to see us put the ball in the air here.
They're on the Blytheville 40-yard line. Cameron Scarlett in the gun. His Raiders up 21-0. That's Braylon King in motion. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right, top side. Raiders moving right to left on your radio dial. Cameron Scarlett with Kobe Bradley in the backfield with him. 2nd down and 9. He gives to Kobe Bradley. Kobe Bradley running right side, has the first down. He's at the 25. He's at the 20. He is tackled from behind, but not before he gets a Raider first down. He's brought down right about the 15-yard line. And Kobe being helped up. 1st down Raiders. Another big play by Kobe Bradley.
Well, I guess you don't have to put the ball in the air if you can run it like that. I mean, the offensive line is doing an outstanding job of removing people out of the hole. I'd love to give a shout-out to all of our offensive linemen tonight because they're doing a heck of a job. The holes are wide open. You can drive a Mack truck with them tonight.
Uh-oh, a fumble on the play, and it looks like another fumble recovery by Ryan Crawford. Sure enough, Ryan Crawford right there to pick up his 2nd fumble recovery of the game, and that saved disaster for the Raiders. They lead 21-0, 6 minutes on the clock, and how about that offensive lineman doing whatever it takes to help the team win?
Well, I think he may get a couple of steak dinners after this game tonight because he's saving us twice tonight.
No doubt about it. That's a good kid right there, Ryan Crawford, one of my students. Everybody loves Crawford. 2nd down and 10 for the Raiders from the gun. Scarlett, he's going to throw. He's got a man in the end zone. That is actually number 14, Braylon King. Incomplete. Pass is incomplete off of King's hands. And looks like he may be in the fence there. He went under the fence, and several people there trying to free Braylon from the fence. So let's hope that Braylon is okay. They're going to have to pull him out from there. Andy, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this before. We've got a Raider that is trapped underneath the end zone fence. He just almost caught a beautiful touchdown pass, and his forward motion kept him going through the fence, and he is trapped at the bottom of it. Several Blytheville police officers down there and the Raider coaching staff, they got him out, and it looks like he's all right. He's holding his shoulder, but he's walking just fine. He may be a little bit embarrassed. And every day you get caught underneath the fence. That's another one of my students there, Andy, Braylon King. Have him in first period. That's a good young man, and he just almost made an outstanding play.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of room there on the backside of this football field. Really, on the backside of the goal line, you're only talking about 3 yards there, and they have a black chain link fence about 8 feet high there, 7-8 feet high, and it looked like as he was sliding on the turf, he slid underneath the chain link fence, and then all of a sudden then got stuck underneath the fence. So I'm sure he might have a scraped up arm or something like that. So I'm sure the training staff will check him out over there. Hopefully we'll see him back in the game.
3rd down and 10 for the Raiders. They have a 21-point lead here in the second quarter. They're on the Chickasaw 16-yard line. Cameron Scarlett in the gun, empty backfield, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ken Warren McShann up top, in motion, Savion Pretty Boy Floyd. This time Cameron Scarlett's going to keep it. He's got room. He's running straight up the middle. Touchdown Raiders! Cameron Scarlett with a 16-yard quarterback keeper gives Nettleton a 27-0 lead.
That's some of the same medicine that Blytheville's been giving us. You know, we split everybody out, had 3 left and 2 wide, and nobody in the backfield, quarterback draw, and the quarterback draw just splits the center and the guard, just split everything right up the center, and there wasn't anything. There was no one in the center, in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got touched until he crossed the goal line.
So Cameron Scarlett makes it a 27-0 lead. Joseph Newhung on to attempt the point after. He's 3 for 3 so far on PATs. His 4th attempt is up, and it's no good. It's no good. Like it hooked a little bit to the left. So the PAT no good, and with 5:28 remaining in the second quarter, your score now, Nettleton 27, Blytheville 0.
No, it's about to be a kickoff.
Cameron Scarlett, who just scored on a 16-yard run. He has thrown 2 touchdown passes tonight, one to Savion Pretty Boy Floyd, the other one to Kobe Bradley. Kobe Bradley has scored 2 touchdowns tonight. He got the party started in the first quarter, 9:22, a 1-yard touchdown plunge that put Nettleton on the board. And then about 9 minutes later, he caught a touchdown pass as the first quarter ended. That gave Nettleton a 21-0 lead after the Newhung point after. Joseph Newhung was about 70% on his PATs last year, and he's 3 for 4. That's 75%. So he's doing a little bit better this year than he did last year. It looks like he just hooked that one a little bit.
Yeah, that's certainly doable. I've done that before myself. I was a kicker whenever I was in high school, and sometimes you can get around that ball just a little bit, but he's really looking good tonight.
Cortez Smith with a kickoff. It's a squibbler, bounces off of Chickasaw. Loose ball, but it's recovered by Blytheville at the 29-yard line, and that's where Blytheville will take up shop 1st and 10. Andy, interesting special team strategy by the Raiders tonight on kickoffs.
Well, as you can see, I mean, Coach Hampton obviously knows something. He's watched film, and he's seen that Blytheville is certainly not protecting the football. I think in every kickoff we've seen so far, I don't know if any of them have been handled cleanly. The one that was handled cleanly, and the kid really paid the price for that, and we knocked that out of his hands. So every kickoff has not been handled cleanly, and so you just continue to, put pressure on the kickoff team there and make them field the ball. So when you're reeling like you are and you've got the momentum going your way, you do not take your foot off the gas in high school football, and that's exactly what Coach Hampton's doing right now.
Coach Hampton's team with a 27-point lead. It's Nettleton 27, Blytheville 0, 5:25 remaining in the second quarter. Blytheville's offense ready to get this drive started. They're starting from their own 30-yard line. Omarion Russell with backs on either side. He's rolling to his right, looking to pass. That's actually a quarterback scramble, and he is tackled out of bounds at the 38-yard line. It looked like Nettleton's number 18, Kylan Shelton, who made the tackle.
Well, I can tell you this, that Orion Pugh and Blake Brown, they're going to get their miles in tonight because all they've been doing is chasing Omarion Russell around the field tonight, and that's probably going to be the game plan. So they better drink lots of water and drink lots of Gatorade because they're going to be chasing him around the field all night.
That was a gain of 9, second down and 1 for Blytheville on their own 39-yard line. Nettleton with a 27-0 lead, 5:18 remaining in the second quarter. Nettleton with 4 men on the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to run, Omarion Russell. He looked up and saw big number 90, Jordan Pegram, and that's a roadblock is what that's called. That's a loss on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and 3 after a loss of 2.
Boy, he's a big kid, and he looks good in pads.
Yep.
And he takes up a lot of space over here on this left side. They've had some difficulty running his way, and he's made some great plays tonight. He's certainly causing some problems on the other side of the football for Blytheville.
Nettleton with a 4-man front, Jordan Pegram, Javante Wallace. That is Cam Phillips and Jorge Salas on the right side. Little switcheroo right there, Salas and Pegram switching sides, and Blytheville under the center. A tackle for a loss. That's Jordan Pegram again doing damage in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 1. That's going to bring up 4th down and 4 for the Chickasaws from their own 42-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Craig, this has been a pleasure to watch already in this first half. You're seeing some really, really talented football players on Nettleton's side of the football. You've seen some sacks. You've seen people chasing people down. You've seen people have some big hits. You've seen some very, very disciplined football and some execution defense. I know that we look at the score and see 27-0. You say, boy, they put a lot of points on the board. I'm going to tell you what, this defense is outstanding.
Yep, looking good. New defensive coordinator, Alan Johnson, you know he's excited about what he's seeing. Chickasaws on the punt. The play is whistled dead. It's going to be an illegal procedure call against the Chickasaws. 3:45 remaining in the first half. Nettleton with a 27-0 lead. It was 4th and a long 3, maybe 4th and 4. It's going to be 4th down and 8 after the penalty. Blytheville has had trouble on special teams. Nettleton, as Andy said, playing extremely well defensively. And it is 4th down and 8. Chickasaws punting. The punter standing on his own 20-yard line. He just gets the punt off, a low line drive. Keandre Pope fields it, fighting through a couple of Blytheville defenders. He's tackled at the 41-yard line. He gained a couple of 3 yards with another risky punt reception there by Keandre Pope. It's going to be 1st and 10 Raiders from their own 41 with 3:37 remaining, and the Raiders enjoying a 27-0 lead.
Well, they still look solid. And, I would say that's a little bit risky as far as having the punt return that defense that close to you. But he's playing with confidence.
I like it.
And when you're coming out of the gate on your first Friday night and you have a kid that wants the football and he wants to run it back the other way, let's let him do it. Let's see what happens.
I like that a lot better than just letting it roll.
Right.
I like that for sure. All right. It's 1st and 10 for the Raiders in their own 41. Cameron Scarlett in the gun. 2 backs in the backfield. Downtown, Jaden Brown with the ball. He's at midfield. He is tackled, making it just inside Blytheville territory. It's going to be a gain of, we'll see where they spotted it at. It looks like a gain of about 10. It is a gain of 10. They move the chains. 1st down Raiders, Jaden Brown.
Nice job of weaving in and out of some cuts right there. Protecting the football once again. That's what we're looking for right here. Up 27-0. Yes, we're going to keep pushing and putting pressure on them, but we're going to protect the football.
This time the give is to Keandre Pope. Keandre running left side. Makes a move. Flag on the play, and he is tackled at the 45-yard line. Andy, what'd you see?
Well, your wide receiver actually had a crack block, and in high school level, I mean, they're not going to allow that a blind crack block like that right there, you kind of have to put your head on the upfield shoulder of when you hit somebody like that. And he certainly laid a lick, and, I mean, that's kind of what you're looking for, is to block for your running back, and that was the block to do, but you're going to have to really position yourself correctly whenever you make that hit right there. But I think what we have on the field right now is not an injury from the hit. You're seeing cramps right now on the field.
We figured that we would see a lot of those, and that's exactly what we are. Number 24 for the Chickasaws. He seems to be all right. I don't have a good Blytheville roster, and we apologize to our friends from Blytheville if we're not calling enough Chickasaw names. The rosters are very substandard that we were able to get from Blytheville, and that's number 24, and hopefully it's just a cramp, and we sure hope that that young man is all right. There was a flag on the play, and Andy was thinking it was an illegal crackback block against the Raiders. And, Andy, I don't know if you know if that's a 10-yard, 15-yard penalty. Personal foul. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty, crackback block against the Raiders. So if I'm thinking correctly, Andy, it's going to be first down and 25 for the Raiders. Ball is backed up into their territory. It's going to be first down and 25 from the Raider 37-yard line.
I say we put it up in the air, Craig.
Got two receivers up top in motion. Downtown Jaden Brown. Cameron Scarlett keeps it, and it's like he slipped on the turf and falls forward to about the 44-yard line, and that'll bring up second down, and it looks to be about 17 for the Raiders.
Well, I like the way he moves with the football. He's really an athletic kid. He has a good idea of what he's trying to do with the football and protects the football.
Nettleton 27, Blytheville 0. Second down and 16. 2:37 remaining in the second quarter. Clock running. Cameron Scarlett from the gun in the backfield is Keandre Pope. He's looking to pass, dropping straight back, throwing deep. He's got downtown Jaden Brown, overthrew him just a little bit. Incomplete pass, and he was going for a home run right there, Andy.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. We're going to have to give more opportunities for these two to try to connect up. The ball kind of sailed just a little bit on Cameron. I think it's still a good ball because you're only putting it in a position that your wide receiver can make a play. But there's some talent there in between those two, and I think you're going to continue to see more opportunities for them to connect through the season because that's going to be needed to spread the defenses out as they move forward in the season.
Nettleton 27, Blytheville 0, 2:21 to play in the second quarter. Cameron Scarlett from the gun. Ken Warren McShann up top. DJ Willis, the tight end, also spread out a few yards wide on the top side. Back to pass is Scarlett. Screen pass complete to Jaden Brown. He's got some blockers. He's at the 40. He falls forward to the 36-yard line. That's a first down for the Raiders after a gain of about 18 yards.
This is an opportunity to, well, it looks like we have some laundry on the field. This may be a hold coming back. There's an inside screen there, and a lot of times you can see offensive line try to get out there, and they're trying to block people that are faster than them and quicker than them, and you end up getting a hold, so that may be what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, that's going to be a hold against the Raiders, so that's going to back us up. The scoreboard says it's 7th down. I don't think that's right. It's actually 3rd down. There we go, 3rd down and 16 for the Raiders, and that backs us back into our own territory. It's going to be 3rd down. That looks more like 3rd down and 18, maybe 3rd down and 19 from the Raider 41-yard line.
Well, this would be a good opportunity to throw that wheel play that we scored on right here. I wonder if we can switch him on the other side of the quarterback and run that wheel play.
Kendrick McShann spread to the left. Pretty Boy Floyd, DJ Willis, and Ken Warren McShann up top. This time they give to Markellen Barber. He is hit in the backfield, and a loss on the play. It's going to be 4th down and about 20 for the Raiders with 1 minute and 43 seconds on the clock, and it is ticking. It looks like the Raiders are going to punt for the first time this season. I say they're going to punt. They may, with such little time on the clock, Andy, they may choose just to.
I have not seen any indications that we're going to be sending the punt field on the field here.
Cameron Scarlett is in the shotgun. Now Nettleton does a little short snap punt often, and I bet you that's what's happening here.
If Cameron backs up 2 steps, that's what you'll see. If he takes 2 steps backwards here.
4th down and about 21.
There's your 2 steps probably.
Yep. It's going to be a quick punt.
Nice
Boy,
punt.
he gets a lot of leg in it for no more than he winds up. Oh, it bounces off of a Chickasaw. Loose ball. Battle for it. Looks like Blytheville does get it. Blytheville does recover the fumbled punt at their own 24-yard line with 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Nettleton with a 27-0 lead. Blytheville will take over 1st and 10 on their own 24. It has been all Raiders here tonight. Raider fans, your defense has been smothering, white jerseys flying everywhere, defensive linemen getting into the offensive backfield and just doing damage. There is a flag on the play, and they're waving it off. It was an inadvertent flag. So it's going to be 1st down, Blytheville. And it looks like there's a timeout on the field. It may be a hydration timeout. Not real sure. But we'll keep it right here. Nettleton with a 27-0 lead, 57 seconds remaining. Want to encourage everybody to hang around for the St. Bernard's halftime show, brought to you by St. Bernard's, the heart of good medicine for more than 120 years. We are scheduled to have Nettleton Athletic Director Brian Carter as our guest at halftime. Right now, though, it is 1st and 10 for the Chickasaws from their own 24-yard line. Running play, right side. Nice play by Cam Phillips. Tackling him. It's going to be a gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Clock at 45 seconds and ticking. Cam Phillips showing some speed. He made a nice stop to keep the Chickasaw running back from gaining more yardage. Clock at 30 seconds. Nettleton with a 27-0 lead. Omarion Russell from the gun. One back in the backfield. He is going to pass. A little screen. It is complete at the 30-yard line. Tackle made by Halon Willie and Jamie Morris after a gain of, it looks like 3, maybe 4. It will be a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 1, and the clock strikes 0. That's the end of the first half. A good first half for the Raiders. Nettleton 27, Blytheville 0. We'll take a 3-minute break, and when we come back, we will have the St. Bernard's halftime show with our special guest, brand new Nettleton High School athletic director and former Nettleton Raider quarterback great, Brian Carter. We'll have the interview with Mr. Carter right after these messages. You are listening and watching Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Here. Did every July 4th here? Refinished the floors here twice. Sized up your daughter's boyfriends here? Waited in the doorway all day when your son was coming home on leave. This place has given you all you've dreamed of, and now it's giving again in the form of a gourmet kitchen and the quietest dishwasher known to man. Realize your dream with a home equity line of credit from Simmons Bank. Dreams realized. SimmonsBank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
Trust your heart to better care at NEA Baptist. Better access means communication with your award-winning cardiac team anytime, anywhere with the MyChart app. Better technology means leading the state with new treatments and interventions right here in Jonesboro. Better is an integrated team of experts at your service when seconds matter. Your heart deserves better. Find it at NEA Baptist.
This is Keith Baird with the Baird Auto Group. There's nothing that brings our communities together like high school sports. No matter what the scoreboard says, it's a winning feeling just to be a part of it. At Baird, we want you to have the feeling anytime you come into one of our dealerships. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Don't buy anywhere else until you shop at Baird location near you. Don't get a bad deal, get a Baird deal. Because why pay more?
Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
If you're looking for some land you'd like to populate, call Real Estate, Real Estate, Real Estate Nate.
Listen, we all know the real estate market is crazy right now, so whether you're buying or you want real negotiating power, you want real results. you need Real Estate Nate. Give me a call. I got you back.
Oh, real estate, real estate, real estate Nate.
Call today. Real Estate Nate with Halsey Thrasher Harpole Real Estate Group. 870-261-3927.
For me, rice farming isn't a profession. It's been my life for more than 30 years. And as owner of Delaplane Seed, I've been the region's rice tech leader for more than a decade. Every planting season, I'm in the fields right along with you, and we're figuring out how to make sure bushels mean dollars together. From selecting your hybrid rice to free on-farm delivery and one-on-one consultation, I'd like to help your rice field see more profit this season. I'm Terry Gray at Delaplane Seed. Call me today at 870-249-3447. Let's talk about your best rice options.
What does better mean to you? Maybe it's better services, better support, better ways to build a life or buy a home or run a business. First Security is your partner for it all, with resources and solutions that make a difference for you and others. That's because First Security takes care of customers while building communities. Better for you, better for Arkansas, better for all. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we welcome you back to Blytheville High School. We're at Haley Field here at Blytheville, and we welcome you into the St. Bernard's Halftime Show. Halftime is brought to you by St. Bernard's, at the heart of great medicine for more than 120 years. And we are joined here at halftime as Nettleton enjoying a 27-0 lead over the Blytheville Chickasaws. We're joined by former Raider great, All-State quarterback, and current Nettleton Raider Athletic Director, Mr. Brian Carter. Mr. Carter, thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Enjoy it. It's a great evening.
It's a great evening to be a Raider.
Absolutely.
For sure. Team looking good. We're going to talk about the field and, talk about the game here in just a moment. But first things first, want to check in with you. You spent 9 years as the high school principal at Nettleton. You've recently made the move up the ladder, so to speak, to the administrative offices, the new Nettleton High School Athletic Director. How's the new gig going?
You know, it's not bad. It's one of those things where, you know, you get out of the hallways and, you know, the hustle and bustle of the high school. But, you know, the great thing is you get to be around athletes all day. You know, still get to interact with kids, get to interact with coaches. A lot of time with you know, our parents and our fans. So it's just not bad.
You miss the high school?
I do. You know, I think it was a great job. It is a great job. It's a great school. I love the interaction with the kids, the faculty. But, you know, 12 years as a building principal, it was time to do something different. Great opportunity came along, and I appreciate Dr. Kurtner and the school board for taking a chance for me.
Brian Carter, the new athletic director. Your successor doing a good job over there as well, David Shipman. Yep. But I hear a lot of people say that you are missed over at the high school. We definitely miss you being there.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, that's always good to hear. But, you know, Mr. Shipman's going to do a great job. Been in the district a long time, at the junior high for a long time. So, you know, things, you know, there's always time for a change. And I'm looking for great things at the high school. Still got a daughter there going to school, you know, and you know, I've entrusted her with that faculty. So it's you know, it's a great time.
As you're talking about Keely Carter, that's my favorite student, Keely Carter.
Yeah, she's my favorite student now as well.
She's a whole lot better than what you were in high school. She's a dandy. She's a good.
I appreciate that.
Good young lady. We're talking to Brian Carter, the new athletic director and class of '89 member, best class ever. He is joining us here on the St. Bernard's Halftime Show. Mr. Carter, I know as athletic director, you keep up with all the sports, not just football. There's other things going on, exciting things going on at Nettleton. Fill us in on how some of the other fall sports are going.
Absolutely. No, it's a great time. You know, it's a difficult time for the nation. It's a difficult time for our community with the things that we're going through with COVID. But to get school back started, to you know, get the kids back out participating in the extracurriculars that they like to do. Right now we've got cross country getting started. We've got golf in full swing. Went to a tennis match just the other day. You know, volleyball's in full swing. 7th grade through 12th grade. Big victories for our senior high last night at Saracen. So, you know, it's a great time to you know, get the kids out, get them active. See what high school's about, you know, and that's a big part of it.
I know you mentioned that the volleyball victory last night. I want to talk about that a little bit. I know you have a daughter who plays on the team, Keely Carter. Tell me a little bit about that great volleyball win last night at Saracen.
You know, it's a big one when you're trying to get the conference slate get started right off the bat. It's early. You know, we came out very well. 1-3 or 1-4, won 3 out of 4. You know, played very well. very pleased with what we're doing. They're 2-0 on the year, and I see us being very competitive. It doesn't get any better than volleyball in Northeast Arkansas than our league, and it'll be difficult every night when you're in this league, and the other night at Saracen was no different. But it was good to start out 2-0 for sure.
Congratulations to the Lady Raiders. Very proud of them for sure. We're talking to Nettleton High School Athletic Director Brian Carter, who is kind enough to join us on the St. Bernard's halftime show. Mr. Carter, I know your background is football. In fact, you and I have known each other since 1975. And the first thing that we did whenever we met was play football. You've always been a football fan. You root for the wrong NFL team, but you've always been a football fan. You spent years as a head coach, and I know Football Friday night lights your fire. Good game so far by the Raiders. They lead 27-0 over Blytheville.
Absolutely. The running the football, throwing the football defensively. I haven't seen us run around like that in a few years. Very physical. That was the first thing that jumped out at me. Very physical. We're running to the football, and there's some big collisions right now. So it's good to see. Both sides of the football being very active and very impressed. We all thought that there was an opportunity for this team to be pretty good, and there's a long season to go, but the first half right there was very impressive.
I know you watch the game of football differently than most people do. You watch it with more educated eyes. You certainly watch the game more differently than I do, and also as a quarterback, 3-year starter for the Raiders back in the 80s. I know you've kept your eye on number 9, Cameron Scarlett, our starting quarterback this year, All-State, second-year starter. What do you think about Cameron Scarlett?
Oh, off to a great start. Very athletic. The thing that jumps right off at you is the way that he ran the football early. A couple of nice throws, great protection from our offensive line. Coach Wilson's putting our offense in a position to make plays. And right now, pretty impressive offensively. Cameron's done a great job, and look for big things for him throughout this year.
We're talking to Brian Carter, the new athletic director at Nettleton Public Schools. Coach, as you know, the football game is won in the trenches at the line of scrimmage. I've been impressed with the defensive line as well as the offensive line.
Yeah, Coach Johnson's got our kids defensively getting upfield, getting after Blytheville pretty good. We can run a little bit. We got some size, and the thing that's really impressed me is we've been very physical. We've had a few open field tackles against good athletes from Blytheville in space, and we've made those plays. Haven't given up anything big, and just really impressed defensively. As good as we've looked offensively, I think we've looked better defensively, actually.
Nettleton with a 27-0 lead here at halftime, the St. Bernard's halftime show. New coaches, and I know part of your responsibilities as athletic director is to make hires, and I know that you probably are thrilled that you can take credit for some of these hires of these new coaches that we got here. Let's start by talking about the new defensive coordinator, Alan Johnson, who came over from Arkansas State University.
Oh, just a tremendous man. He's been a boon for us already. His connection with our kids, the connection with the community, his knowledge of football, his professionalism. I've been in the gym a couple times as he's teaching his class. First class man. Like I said, teaching his classes, coming out to the football field, nothing but a great hire for us, and he's a good one.
Have you heard some of his speeches he gives to the defensive team?
I heard a few tonight.
Holy cow! Those what they call improvisational speeches given tonight. That guy can talk, man.
Absolutely.
I mean,
he is a phenomenal human being, great coach. Very lucky to have him, and you said that a while ago. Those kinds of words about finding the staff. Nettleton Schools has a lot to do with that. People want to work at Nettleton. People want to be involved in it. And it was a draw. It was an easy draw for the 3 new football coaches we got. They wanted to be part of it, part of us. They sought us out, and it was a great spring for us hiring of coaches.
That's Brian Carter, the new athletic director at Arkansas State. You mentioned 3 coaches. We talked about Alan Johnson, but we've got a couple of coaches coming over from our 5A East Conference mates. Let's start off first of all with the former defensive coordinator at Greene County Tech, Coach Lovins, who's our defensive line coach now.
Doing a tremendous job. Heard nothing but great things about him as he was at Greene County Tech. His kids went to school at Nettleton. His wife was teaching here. He wanted to be a part of the Raider family. Has done a tremendous job on the football field. Is a guy that, just like Coach Johnson, when the name popped up to Coach Hampton, he's like, this is the guy that we want. This is the guy that I want, and he's going to be good for our program. So excited to have Coach Lovins. Absolutely.
Coach Josh Pagan comes over from Wynn High School, who's always a tough battle for us. That's got to feel good having a guy with experience with such a great program, the Wing Yellow Jackets, being on staff here at Nettleton.
Absolutely, another coach that whose wife was working in our district, her daughter was going to school here, wanted to be a part of it, wanted to come over and be on Coach Hampton's staff, wanted to be a Raider, and it was an easy sell. Real quick interview. He sold himself to us, we sold ourselves to him and his family, and it's been a great connection. I think the three of them. You always hate to lose coaches. You start to build those bonds, but I feel like Coach Hampton's built a really quality staff.
Quality staff, quality game so far for the Raiders tonight. They lead Blytheville 27-0 at the half. We are privileged to have Mr. Brian Carter, the athletic director at Nettleton, off to a great start. The football team has not lost a game yet. They've not had they've not been behind since you've been the AD here.
Well, I think that's caught me off guard with that one. But yes, I believe that you are correct. And if the season goes that way, I believe we would finish 10-0.
There you go. Just take credit for it, man. Take credit for it. That's what I say. But Mr. Carter, sure appreciate you coming up here. And best wish. I miss you at the high school. One thing I always love doing at lunch is talking how bad the Cardinals stink with you. But I know you're doing a great job for our school, the school that you and I both love, the Nettleton Public Schools. I'm glad that you're in the position that you are.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
And I want to say, Andy Shatley is our color commentator this year, and I've heard him say on the radio that when he was a little boy, his hero was Brian Carter. That's what I've heard. And Andy, you want to confirm that?
That's absolutely the truth.
That means a lot to me, coming from Andy, as great as he was, a high school athlete, student athlete, what he's doing in our community right now. But that's the thing about high school athletics. Younger kids looking up to older players, whether that's in football, basketball, baseball. I had my heroes at Nettleton growing up, and it's a special time. I told when I was coaching at Pregame or any of my other stops, you get 10 Friday nights. And there's no greater time in your life than the 10 Friday nights that you get to go on that field, enjoy every second of it. These young people, fans, parents, and it's just a special time.
It sure is, and we're glad to be.
Yes, absolutely.
Andy Shatley says hopefully more than 10. We'll definitely be hoping for that. Off to a good start, Raider fans. Nettleton up 27-0. We are probably about 10 minutes away from kickoff. So I want to say thanks again to new Nettleton Athletic Director Brian Carter for joining us on the St. Bernard's Halftime Show. Brought to you by St. Bernard's, the heart of great medicine for more than 120 years. Thank you, Mr. Carter. We'll take a 3-minute break, and when we come back, Andy and I will continue the halftime show. We'll wrap up the scoring in the first half. Nettleton is up 27-0 here at the break. We'll tell you all about it after this 3-minute break. You're watching Raider football and listening to Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Attention, members and guests.
Get lost at Lost Pizza. See why people continue to flock to Northeast Arkansas's coolest and funkiest place to eat. Try one of Lost Pizza's 10 signature pizzas or create your own. Plus, salads, subs, and pastas. And of course, those famous Delta hot tamales. Lost Pizza offers curbside pickup, dine-in, or delivery, and they also do catering. Lost Pizza with 2 locations in Jonesboro, 906 Southwest Drive, and on Hilltop at 3410 East Johnson. Order at lostpizza.com or download and order through the Lost Pizza app.
Hey, it's Brad Bobo, and as the sideline reporter for Red Wolves football, I've had the chance to see firsthand the great work done by the physicians at Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. JOSM doctors have served the athletes at A-State for more than 40 years. Plus, on any Friday night, you can see their physicians on the sidelines at high school games around the area. Whether you're just starting your athletic career or if you're well past your playing days, JOSM can get you back in the game. To schedule an appointment, call 870-932-1820. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in their field so you can excel on yours.
Demo's Smokehouse Barbecue on Johnson at Hilltop and on Main Street across from Jonesboro High School. Now, I'm from Memphis and I know barbecue, but there are people from Memphis that travel to Jonesboro to sample, taste, and enjoy Demo's Barbecue. No kidding. They come from Memphis, so no need to go anywhere else. Right here, the best barbecue is at Demo's. Any of the ribs, any of the plates, you can enjoy it all at Demo's Smokehouse Barbecue. My mouth is watering.
Get huge savings now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And most are still under factory warranty. We have every make, every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy at Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle, get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to KavanaughCars.com.
Your specialty print and ship store is the Safe Ship Store in Jonesboro. Owner David Leonard wants to help you with all your shipping and printing needs, and they'll always give you the best customer service and highest quality product for the absolute lowest prices in town. So when you need something packed and shipped, or when you need printed products, call the Safe Ship Store. Come in today to see all they have to offer. For the best customer service, quality, and prices, visit the Safe Ship Store, 2500 Alexander Drive, Suite C in Jonesboro, 870-333-5068.
Across the state of Arkansas, Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville join you in cheering on our favorite teams. We applaud that extra effort that makes our schools and activities an important part of our communities, more now than ever. Working as a team to make our communities better by helping you reach your goals, that's what happens at Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville, home of Me Banking. Member FDIC.
And we welcome you back to Haley Field here at Blytheville High School. It is a hot night at Blytheville. 81 degrees at kickoff. It was up in the upper 80s and very humid. It's a typical August night in Arkansas, but the Nettleton Raiders, they have matched the heat with the intensity and the level of play as they lead Blytheville by the score of 27-0. Andy is a Nettleton alum, as you are, the great class of 1994. You got to be really proud of your alma mater, really proud of Coach Hampton and this football team for the way they played in the first half.
Yeah, first of all, I appreciate you giving the class of 1994 such a great shout-out, because you know how great of a class that was.
Maybe the second best of all time. Maybe the best since '89.
But I will say this, both of us alumni here, and then we got to hear from our new athletic director, Brian Carter, which
class of '89.
Class of '89.
Yeah.
It is great to see as an alumni the success on the football field, because you know, we were there once and we were somebody's hero, and tonight Cameron Scarlett, I mean, he's somebody's hero, and Blake Brown and Mr. Pregame, he's somebody's hero out there. I mean, what you want to do as a coach is you want to put a product on the field that connects with multi-generations in your school, and you want to create a legacy. You want to create a dynasty. You want to create a past and a present that people want to keep up with.
Absolutely.
You want homecoming. You want everybody coming back because you're like, man, I want to see Nettleton play football this year.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's big to see such a successful football field already in the first quarter or the first half of the first game. That makes all of the Nettleton Raider graduates to their heart kind of swell just a little bit. We love to see a successful team on the field.
Well, the Raiders have certainly been successful tonight, as here at the halftime break, they have a 27-0 lead over Blytheville. As we are efforting to get some water the water. They're sold out of water. How about that? So that's all right. If anybody's out there listening and wants to donate some water to us, we'd be appreciative. But if not, it's okay. Let's do a little rundown of the scoring here on the St. Bernard's Halftime Show, brought to you by St. Bernard's, at the heart of great medicine for more than 120 years. The Raiders got the scoring started early. At 9:22 in the first quarter, a 1-yard run by Kobe Bradley after the Joseph Newhung PAT and made the score 7-0. The Raider defense, who's been stingy all night long, they held. They got a stop. And then on the next drive, the Raiders punched it into the end zone with 2:03 remaining in the first quarter. It was a Cameron Scarlett pass, beautiful over-the-shoulder throw, put it perfectly into the hands of Savion Pretty Boy Floyd. 19 yards on that pass, and it made the score 14-0 after the Joseph Newhung PAT. And I believe that was the drive, actually. That was the drive that we got to give credit to my man Ryan Crawford. There was a fumble at midfield. Ryan Crawford, the center, made a great play to recover that fumble and keep that drive alive.
Well, he had two fumble recoveries that really covered us offensively and kept the momentum going. And once again, let's talk about how important it is early on in the season to protect the football and take care of the football. That's one of the things that you're going to see whenever you grade out these games in the first night of Friday Night Football, is the coaches are going to want to look at the fundamentals and things we can control. Can we control whether or not somebody passes or catches a football or whatever? No. But can we control whether or not we can protect the football and put it on the ground? Absolutely. Can we control whether or not we know the play and we line up correctly? Absolutely. Can we control whether or not we watch the ball and know the snap count? Absolutely. Some of those things, mental and the fundamentals of the game, are something you're going to see them coach up in the first couple of weeks, because you want to have that cleaned up before you enter conference play.
Nettleton made it 21-0 with as the proverbial buzzer sounded at the end of the first quarter. Another Cameron Scarlett touchdown pass. This one was keyed by a special teams miscue by Blytheville, but a 4-yard pass from Cameron Scarlett to number 13, Kobe Bradley. That made the score 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. The second quarter, Nettleton outscored Blytheville 6-0. Just scored one touchdown. The defense pitched a shutout, but Nettleton scored with 5:28 remaining in the second quarter. A 16-yard run by Cameron Scarlett. That made the score 27-0. The PAT was no good, but I mentioned the defense, and the defense, they have been the real heroes of this game, Andy. They have played good.
Well, they certainly set the tone for the game. They came out putting their nose on the football early on in the first series, and they have continued to do that. The Blytheville young quarterback has had some issues with trying to find receivers down the field, but Nettleton certainly made the adjustments to try to keep him in the pocket. And once they kept him in the pocket and didn't allow him to scramble, that really stifled Blytheville's ability to move the football, and Nettleton just shut the door on them on the first half.
Defense wins championships, they say. Defense also wins football games, and that's a big reason why the Raiders have a 27-0 lead here at the half. We are just about set to kick off the second half. At half, Nettleton with a 27-0 lead. Nettleton will receive the opening kickoff. That has been the St. Bernard's Halftime Show, brought to you by St. Bernard's, at the heart of great medicine for more than 120 years. And Andy, I know as the Director of Sports Medicine at St. Bernard's, you're very privileged and thrilled to be a part of such a wonderful place that's provided Christ-like healing to our community for more than a century.
Yeah, this is my 16th year being with St. Bernard's, and it's a wonderful organization. Every time you turn around, you'll see St. Bernard's meeting needs, helping people, and also providing services like we do with our athletic trainers and our sports medicine program, specifically the program that I'm involved in. We have athletic trainers, and we have an athletic trainer here tonight, and Nick Haywood is our athletic trainer at Nettleton, and he has two student athletic trainers from ASU helping him. So we have three people on the sidelines over at Nettleton taking care of the kids tonight. So we truly believe in taking care of these kids.
Andy, we appreciate you, and we appreciate the great trainers that your team provides. And we are underway here in the second half. Deep kickoff. The Raiders receive it. That is downtown Jaden Brown, who receives it at about the 20-yard line. He is looking for some room, bounces outside, lowers his shoulder, lays a little bit of wood on his way out of bounds. He's going to make it down to about the 38-yard line. So that's about an 18-yard return there by Jaden Brown. And the transfer from Osceola has been as good as advertised.
Yeah, he's very athletic, and I look forward to seeing him light up the scoreboard this year. I really think that you're going to continue to see Coach Hampton trying to get him involved in the offense and get the ball in his hands more, either by speed sweeps, long passes, reverses, and as you see in special teams, they're also very talented.
First play from scrimmage from the third quarter. Nettleton with a 27-0 lead. Cameron Scarlett in the backfield with Kobe Bradley. Savion Floyd in motion. Scarlett keeps, and he pulls up and passes. Run-pass option. DJ Willis barreling forward. He's got a first down into Blytheville territory. He is tackled and brought down at the Chickasaw 46-yard line. Good to see big number 25, DJ Willis, into the game plan.
Well, let's just talk about that. I mean, that's a block release, kind of like a bootleg, really. It's out of the shotgun. And he made a couple of slide steps, turned around, opened his hips up, caught the ball, turned and made a nice yards after the catch there. So that's, you look at that and go, man, that's a pretty athletic tight end right there. We may utilize that in the future.
Something tells me we will. This time inside handoff to Kobe Bradley. He finds a crease and gets about a 10-yard gain. That's close to a first down. Another good, tough run by Kobe Bradley.
Yeah, lead blocker right there is your tight end. Number 25 again, putting his hat in the hole. and following him right in there. So, I mean, that's an outstanding run, an outstanding blocking once again by Nettleton.
And we do have a Chickasaw down on the field at about the 45-yard line. And I believe if I was a betting man, I would think that may be one of them aggravating cramps that you see a lot. I don't know, Andy. Maybe you can kind of tell what's happening there. And they're not lifting his leg, so let's hope that that young man is all right. Seems to be doing fine and getting some medical attention from our friends at St. Bernard's and the Blytheville staff. He is up. That is number 24 for the Chickasaws. And I will see if I can't tell you who number 24 is. We kind of had a tough time getting a good roster from our friends from Blytheville. So we'll just say that's number 24, maybe DeMarion Wells. That might be who it is, best we could tell. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the 36-yard line of the Chickasaws. Nettleton leads 27-0. 11-13 remaining in the third quarter. Scarlett in the backfield, in motion downtown Jaden Brown. He gives to Kobe Bradley. Kobe Bradley is hit immediately in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of about 5.
That's a nice job by the nose tackle for Blytheville, splitting the center and the guard. A lot of times whenever you have a guard trying to pull, and if you get a nose that really reads where they're going, they can slip right up in the backfield and cause problems with you early, and that's exactly what happened. 2nd down and 15 for the Raiders, who lead 27-0. 2 receivers up top, 1 near side. In the backfield with Cameron Scarlett, who's in the shotgun, as the Raiders always are, is number 13, Kobe Bradley. 2nd down and 15 for the Raiders from the Chickasaw 41-yard line. Scarlett back to pass, but the play is whistled dead. They tried to run that same wheel play that they scored in the first half over there, and that was really going to be another successful play. But, man, offensive line couldn't hold their water. We had a legal procedure. That was probably going to be another touchdown.
Sure
you hate to see that. Now, it's an offensive coordinator. You draw it up. You're like, man, there it is. And, oh, no.
Coach Clint Wilson, no doubt frustrated by that turn of events. That play was unfolding beautifully whenever the yellow flag flew through the air. 10:21 on the clock and ticking. Nettleton with a 27-point lead here in the third quarter. 2 receivers up top, 1 near side. In motion is Jaden Brown. Fake the jet sweep. Give to Kobe Bradley. He runs right up the gut. Gets to the original line of scrimmage. He's still on his feet, still moving forward. And he is brought down after a gain of about 12. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Raiders after a tough run by Kobe Bradley. Looks like there's going to be a injury timeout on the field. And that is Savion Floyd, who's a little bit slow getting up.
Yeah, his left knee actually kind of buckled just a little bit whenever the play came back to him. And they made the tackle, and his left knee, his left foot was kind of fixed on the grass, and left knee kind of buckled just a little bit. So they're probably going to check his knee ligaments out here in just a second.
Coach Stephen Hampton is there to check on Savion. Also our friends from St. Bernard Sports Medicine down there working on him. And Andy, it looks like he was pointing toward his left ankle. He is up, and he's able to walk under his own power, a little bit gingerly, but that's got to be a good sign that he's able to walk up the field.
Yeah, that's a very good sign. And I will tell you, sometimes when you get rolled up on that left ankle and left knee, initially it kind of scares you. You're like, oh, man, did I just have an injury? And then you have a little opportunity to kind of walk it off, and then you'll be okay.
Savion Floyd, who has a touchdown tonight, is going to the sidelines. The Raiders with 3 receivers near side. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 for the Raiders. Cameron Scarlett from the gun. Kobe Bradley in the backfield with him. The Raiders up 27-0 here in the third quarter. Scarlett to pass, looking downfield. He's got a man open. That is a nice catch by number 13, Kobe Bradley. 1st down for the Raiders. Heck of a play, heck of a throw, heck of a catch by Kobe Bradley. There is a flag on the field, however. Andy, please tell me you think that's against Blytheville.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see here. It doesn't look good on the line of scrimmage, and I wonder if somebody's not lined up on the line of scrimmage correctly.
Floyd came out and had a reserve receiver in. It very well may have been the issue. Preliminary indication looks like it is against the Raiders. Nettleton's moving back. So that penalty is going to raise a beautiful throw and catch. And that is this right here, Andy. You know what that is when he pats his top of his head?
I don't think that we had enough people on the line of scrimmage
Okay,
there.
gotcha. So some type of illegal formation.
Yeah.
It's 3rd down and 12 for the Raiders. Scarlett from the gun, a hard count, and I believe he got some Chickasaws to jump off sides.
Get those yards right back.
That's right, offsides against the Chickasaw. So went from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 12. Now it's going to be 3rd and 7 again. The Raiders up by 27 to nothing. Nettleton with the lead with 9:21 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers here to the left. That's Caleb Tedder, number 89, best number ever. Braylon King, number 14. Downtown Jaden Brown, the 3 receivers to the left. Ken Warren McShann, number 26, up on the top side. In the backfield, Markellen Barber, one of the team captains. Scarlett gives to Barber. Barber straight up the chute, running hard. It's going to be a gain of 6. It's going to be short of the first down. Gain of 5. It's going to be 4th down and 2, it looks like, for the Raiders.
This is certainly 4-down territory, and I bet you're going to see Biggs come in the game here. And actually, Mr. Pregame is coming into the ball game here, so you're going to see Biggs. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't see a quarterback sneak here.
You got Hayden Partee on the right side, joined by Moses Williams and Jordan Pregame. Also the tight end there, Caleb Tedder. They may be running right side, quarterback keeper. That'd be my guess. 4th down and 2. In motion is King. They give to Orion Pugh. Orion Pugh has the first down and then some. How about that? They snuck Opie in, and Orion Pugh gets the first down. Looked like he gained maybe 7 or 8 yards on that play. First down, Raiders inside the red zone.
Greg, we need to call out that right offensive line because they are absolutely wearing that side out over there. I'd love to call out that offensive line on that right side because Orion Pugh did a great job of running the football and protecting the football, but our offensive line is cleaning house over there on that right side.
Tedder, Williams, Partee, great job, guys. 1st and 10 Raiders from the Chickasaw 17-yard line. Scarlett gives to Kobe Bradley. Kobe Bradley stumbles, stays on his feet, smelling the end zone, falls forward, fumble on the play. It goes out of the back of the end zone, and I think that will be a touchback. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, but I believe it will be a touchback. It should be Chickasaw ball.
Yep, that's going to be the call. Boy, that was a great run. And honestly, I mean, like I say, I preach protecting the football. And when you're up 27-0 and you're on, and he fought that hard for the touchdown, I mean, he's just trying to put the ball into the end zone. You cannot fault him whatsoever. That is an outstanding effort. That's a type of effort that will win a lot of football games this season.
Kobe Bradley lunging for the goal line, and unfortunately he was ruled that he let go of the ball before it crossed the plane, before it crossed the front part of the white line. The ball was kind of kicked around a little bit in the end zone. The battle for the ball went out the back of the end zone, and that is by rule a touchback for the defense. So Blytheville will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. 7:43 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Nettleton with a 27-0 lead over the Chickasaws. Cam Phillips, Javonte Wallace, and Kylan Butler on the line for the Raiders. Quarterback Russell in the gun, single setback with him. Kylan Butler on the left side, and there's going to be, it looks like maybe a flag on the play, a little bit of movement by the Chickasaws, so it's actually is going to be called a delay of game against Blytheville. Either way, it's a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 15 for Blytheville from their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, that could have been both. Number 5, the wide receiver, had kind of a lean forward, and then they tried to get him to reset, but they were out of time on the clock.
He was saved by the bell. The delay of game penalty saved him from getting the offsides. It's 1st and 15 for Blytheville. Nettleton leads this game 27-0. We're in the 3rd quarter, 7:42 remaining. Nettleton defense been very impressive so far in this game. Big rush. The linebacker, Orion Pugh, with the ball in the end zone. Let's see what the call is. There was a fumble in the end zone. It's going to be a safety. The Blytheville quarterback was able to get it, but Orion Pugh was in his grill, and that's what caused the safety. Flag after the play, but it's going to be 2 points for the Raiders. And we'll see what that flag is. I'm writing down the information, Andy. You keep an eye and kind of tell me what that flag is.
Well, the flag's going to be after the play, so it's going to be unsportsmanlike. I just don't know what team it's going to be on here. There was some extracurricular activity going on, and that was a pretty violent play there. Ryan Pugh jumped in there to try to get that ball that was loose in the end zone, and ended up it's going to be a safety. So we're going to be 2 points for Nettleton. But let's see. So we're going to call a safety. It'll be 2 points for Nettleton. Then we're going to have unsportsmanlike
against the Raiders.
On both teams, it's going to be offsetting.
And against the Chickasaw.
And so that it'll be a free kick by Blytheville.
Nettleton will get the ball.
That's correct.
Now, free kick, what exactly does that mean? After the safety, free kick, what does that mean?
Well, you can kick it. You don't have to kick it off the ground. You can punt it, too, so you have your option on how you want to kick it. I would be surprised if they punted it, but I don't know. It depends on how far they can punt versus they can kick.
So the Raiders will receive the ball. They have a 29-0 lead after the safety. You got to give credit to the middle linebacker, Orion Pugh, who had a huge fourth down conversion on the offensive side of the ball, but he's the one who busted that play up and led to the safety.
What an interesting turn of events there. But once again, the momentum continues to be in Nettleton's favor. So once again, to go over that on a safety, you're going to follow a safety. That safety's 2 points. Nettleton gets 2 points. Now Blytheville will get a free kick, and then a free kick will be in the 20-yard line.
From the 20.
Not the 35. Gotcha. And so they will get a free kick from the 20. It looks like they're going to elect to kick it off the ground.
Oh, Ryan Pugh, first down Raiders.
Yeah, we need a shout out too for his offensive lineman, 25 yards down the field there, throwing blocks. I got to get a number here.
I believe that was Alan Campbell.
Alan Campbell, he's 20 yards down the field. Orion is just sitting here with his hands on his back, just saying, "Lead me to the promised land." Man, you got to love the big boys down there leading them down the field.
Raider offensive line playing phenomenally well tonight. That's a big reason why Nettleton has a 29-0 lead here in the third quarter. They give to Orion Pugh again, and why not? This time he is met in the backfield. He may have got to the original line of scrimmage, very close to it. It's going to be a short loss for the Raiders. It'll bring up second down and maybe second down and 10, maybe second down and 11. I guess it's second down and 10 is what they're calling it. Ball on the Chickasaw 16-yard line. Nettleton with a 29-0 lead. 6 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the third quarter. Scarlett in the backfield with Orion Pugh. Those guys have been backfield mates for a long time. This time, Scarlett keeps. Run pass option. He throws to DJ Willis. DJ Willis is tackled at about the 10-yard line. He's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down. It'll be third down and 3 for the Raiders. Run pass option. I like the looks of that play there, Andy.
I do. That we've seen that play twice already tonight with the tight end sliding out into the flats, and he's a very good-looking kid. Once again, I think he went down with cramps too.
Yeah.
I think we're dealing with cramps, and so obviously the window of loss of electrolyte is really starting to catch up with the football players here. And honestly, it usually happens in the third and the fourth quarter, and at halftime, if you're not down in tremendous amounts of water, and not just water at this point, because if you're having cramps, you actually have electrolyte loss. So if you're not down in something with electrolyte, Powerade, Gatorade, something of that nature, you got to hammer that at halftime, or you're going to come out on an Arkansas Friday night, in August and September. You're going to end up in the third and fourth quarter on the deck.
We understand that our stream has been lost, evidently. All right, so we're going to try to reconnect. So give us just a second. Hello. Okay. What do I need to get it back on?
Apologize for our broadcast technical difficulties. We're going to try to reboot our YouTube TV channel. We do not have any play going on right now. We got a couple players that are actually down, struggling with cramps here in the third quarter of the first Friday night football game, high school football game here in Blytheville, Arkansas. We have 5 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Still dealing with cramps. It's probably about the fourth or fifth player that we've had go down here by Nettleton in the last, I don't know, a few minutes or so. So hopefully they're down in the Gatorade over there on the Nettleton side of things to try to stave off these cramps that are inevitably going to show up on a hot, muggy August night.
And we are back here at Haley Field. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We do believe that we are back. It is the Nettleton Raiders are leading 29-0. Third down and 4 for the Raiders on the Chickasaw 10-yard line. Cameron Scarlett calling an audible at the line of scrimmage. He's got Orion Pugh in the backfield with him. Third down and 4 for the Raiders. They lead the game 29-0. It's a pass left side, and it's intended for, there's a flag on the play. It's intended for downtown Jaden Brown, and I believe we're going to have some pass interference at the goal line against the Chickasaws.
You know, you really kind of saw that play, unfold from up here. I mean, I guess we have a really nice vantage point, and me being a former quarterback, man, that really lined up nice because they had man-to-man coverage here on the bottom side of your screen, and we had a play-action fake to a slant on the backside that was going to be wide open because the free safety was really playing over the middle of the field. And the only play for the cornerback was the tackling before the ball got there. So looks like it's going to be first and goal from the 5, it looks like.
First down and goal to go for the Raiders from the 5, and I think we're back on. We apologize that we lost the stream, but it looks like everything is back up. If you're just now joining us, the Raiders are leading 29-0 with 5:22 remaining here in the third quarter. Cameron Scarlett in the gun. In motion is Jordan Pegram and Caleb Tedder. Orion Pugh in the backfield with him. Braylon King goes in motion. It gives up the middle to Orion Pugh. He is forcing his way into the end zone. Tough run by Orion Pugh. Touchdown, Raiders.
Well, I tell you what, I got to give some props at number 79, Alan Campbell. I give Opie some props, man. He's chugging, and continue to drive his feet. But number 79, Alan Campbell, came in with like a bowling pin and just exploded the entire crew. Send them all into the end zone there for the touchdown. That was a team effort.
No doubt about it. Orion Pugh was the man who actually crossed the end zone, crossed the line with the ball, but he was aided and abetted by his teammates from Nettleton, no doubt about it. Joseph Newhung trying to make it a 36-0 lead with this point after. Snap is good, but the kick is blocked off the edge. Is Blytheville's number 1. Maybe you have his name over there on your roster, but the PAT is blocked, and so that makes the score 36-0 with 5:14 remaining in the third quarter. 35-0. The Raiders with a 35-0 lead here in the third quarter, 5:14 remaining.
Taekwon Love from Blytheville coming off the corner there. Boy, they're really fast. I mean, and that's tough to it's probably something that Coach Hampton's going to look back at, special teams, trying to figure out if there's something they need to do better as far as holding that edge over there to give Newhung just another half second to be able to get that that PAT off. But once again, first night for Friday night. I mean, you're going to have some kinks. You need to see it. Just get, like my coaches always say, just get it on film. Just get it on film so we can coach it up. They'll coach it up tomorrow, but I'll tell you what, you couldn't ask for a better first Friday night showing than this right here.
No doubt about it. As the Raiders have come into Blytheville, where the Chickasaws always play the Raiders tough. A very proud football tradition here at Blytheville, and Nettleton with a 35-0 lead with 5:14 remaining here in the third quarter.
Well, Craig, I tell you what, I mean, there's a lot of points on the board by Nettleton. The only thing that's been more plentiful is the mosquitoes in the booth tonight.
We're battling them, that's for sure. I want to say a shout-out to our camera operator. That is Blake Isbell. He's out there in the mosquitoes. We've got it bad in here, but he's got it worse.
He also has wasp spray in his hand, warding off Wass, man, he's going to get the MVP tonight, I think, of our team.
That's right. We do have to name a JOSM player of the game. We may have to, maybe Blake Isbell. Nettleton with a 35-0 lead here in the third quarter. It's Curtis Smith kicks the ball off. It's another low line drive kick. This one goes out of bounds, and it's going to be an illegal procedure penalty against the Raiders. The Chickasaws will take over at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that'll probably move the ball up to about where they've been kicking in the first place.
Right.
So I don't necessarily know if Nettleton's defense is concerned. I think they're so dialed in right now. They know their game plan. They know who can hurt them on the Blytheville side of the football. They've made the adjustments. We've kind of been hurt by a few plays, but you've seen Nettleton make the adjustments and figure out what they need to do. They're spying this young quarterback, and they're really, really causing some problems for Blytheville's offense tonight.
Alan Johnson, the new defensive coordinator at Nettleton, he's always preaching his 3 E's to the Raiders: energy, execution, and expectation of victory. That's a message that's obviously landing in these young men on the Raider defensive unit. They are really playing with a lot of energy. They're executing well. The effort is definitely there. And there's just an expectation of success amongst the guys there in the white jerseys, the Raider defense.
Absolutely. And you know that type of message, you're simplifying the message for your young kids so that you're not trying to overcomplicate the football game and put them in a position to be successful. The Nettleton coaching staff has obviously done that this past week. I'm very impressed. Nettleton seems to be well coached tonight, executing, very disciplined, very few mistakes.
Kendrick McShann on to kickoff. So they're just going to back him up. And we're going to kick this thing again. Kendrick McShann with a high, kind of a pooch kick, fielded at the 31-yard line, and the tackle made by Juan Badillo. Nice open field tackle there on the special teams unit by the starting cornerback, right cornerback, Juan Badillo.
Well, nice tackle. We're in the open field there. It's a one-on-one, especially on kickoff coverage right there. If you can make those kind of tackles, I mean, that's what you're looking for in a special teams. If open field tackles, when you have a lot of green grass around you, are very difficult. And when you can put somebody on the ground, it's just you, without him to have your buddies come to the party. That's going to pay huge dividends for Nettleton's defense and their special teams moving forward this season.
So Blytheville will take over 1st and 10 from their own 38. The clock has been running. I don't think it's supposed to have been running. Maybe the turbo clock is in effect a little bit early. Maybe that's what it is. 35-0. I thought it went in the fourth quarter, but maybe it's second half.
I believe it's any time in the second half in high school.
So the mercy rule in effect, turbo clock rolling, and it will continue to roll.
We have a new quarterback in the game for Blytheville.
Yep, number 10. He is scrambling, trying to get loose from a swarm of Raider defenders, and he is sacked. Loss of 3. Help me out, Andy. I believe that might have been Curtis Smith, Javante Wallace, Blake Brown also in on the stop. I would say a host of Raiders if I was the PA guy, but want to give the guys the proper credit. Good job by the Raider defensive line.
Boy, you got to love to see them swarming the football like that. As a defensive coordinator, you tell your first guy, just hold him up and give your buddies a chance to come help you. And whenever the first person can at least reroute the guy back to the middle of your friends where all your help is, and all of a sudden you start seeing gold hats, man, that's exciting to see as a defensive coordinator, seeing all kinds of hats. And a lot of times when you coach that up and you grade that, what they will do is after every tackle, they'll count how many hats are around, and they'll give certain credit on that grade whenever they're grading the defensive out. So you want your helmet to be counted when they start grading that film out. You want to get around the football if you're on defense every play.
Improve those stats, no doubt about it. We got a couple of Raiders down with cramps. Right now I think the Nettleton Raiders are leading the 5A East in cramps. Jordan Pegram and Blake Brown, I believe, that's the two. Blake Brown, Jordan Pegram, childhood friends. They're both of their dads, Mr. Brown, Mr. Pegram, coached Pee Wee football back in the Pop Warner days of these guys, the old Bears coaching staff, good men. And I know they're proud of their sons. They're off the field with leg cramps. Hopefully they'll be back very soon as they are integral to the Raiders' success for sure. 2nd down and 12 for the Chickasaws. We'll call it 2nd down and 13 from their own 35-yard line. Nettleton with a commanding 35-0 lead, 3:57 on the clock and ticking here in the third quarter. Russell back at quarterback, the freshman signal caller. He is made a valiant effort tonight for sure. He's back to pass. Pocket collapses, and he's going to run. He's got a little bit of room. He is tackled at about the 45-yard line. He stood up by a wall of Raiders. Javonte Wallace, Cortez Smith in there. It's going to be close to a first down, and they're actually saying move the sticks. So gain of 10, maybe 11. First down for Blytheville on about 11-yard scamper by Russell.
So we got a new quarterback in the ball game, I believe.
Number 10 was in for a play.
Okay. Trying to see. Yeah,
and now he's back
in.
Yeah, he's back.
So number 10 is Jontavius Johnson.
Okay, so Jontavius
he's
Johnson.
He's a freshman.
That's the freshman. Russell might not be a freshman.
Russell's a senior.
So, okay, my bad.
Yeah, Jontavius Johnson's a 9th grader in here. Man, 9th grader first week of the season.
How about that? So here's Jontavius Russell. He hands it off, running right side, number 5. Tackle made by number 18 and number 11. 18 for the Raiders is Kylan Shelton. 11 is Halon Willie. Gain of 8. Going to be second down and 2 for Blytheville.
So it looks like they're going to actually go back and forth with these two, trying to give their freshman Jontavius Johnson just a little bit of playing time here. 9th grade year, very first week out. So we kind of have maybe a little quarterback controversy already for Blytheville Chickasaws.
Chickasaw fans have got to like the fact that they got a freshman who can play on the varsity level for sure. So there's a fumble on the play. Kylan Butler stripped the ball. The ball is loose. The quarterback has it for Blytheville, and he is advancing the ball. He's got some running room. He trips over the 48-yard line. He somersaults forward to about the 50. They're going to mark him down at the 50-yard line. It's going to be a net loss on the play of probably about 5 yards. So it's going to be third down, maybe third down and 6, third down and 7. That was a wacky play.
I honestly think that was the longest play for Blytheville.
May have been.
Tonight, but the net was only about 8 or 10 yards. That was weird. Quarterback started scrambling the wrong way, then somehow flung out of his hands, and there the ball went, and he went and got it, and I think he may have ran about 50 yards, but to get 2 or 3.
Yeah, that was a whole lot of running, but not in the right direction. So they still haven't. There's been an injured Chickasaw helped off the field.
Another cramp.
It appeared to be a cramp. Yep. And we may have a timeout on the field now. I'm not real sure, Andy. It looks like no. Their Raider defense unit's coming back out. So it's going to be. The scoreboard says third down and 2. Believe it's actually more like third down and we'll call it a long 3. So third down and 3 for the Chickasaws. Russell, the senior quarterback from the gun, one running back in the backfield with him. He's going to pass. He fakes. Now he's going to run up the middle. There to meet him is number 22, Jamie Morris. Jorge Salas also in on the stop, and they stop him well short of the first down. It's going to be fourth down and 3 after a short gain on that one.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cortez Smith made that play. You probably didn't realize that, but the quarterback just about threw the football. Cortez Smith jumped all over that short throw in the flat. There was nowhere to throw the football. And when you have nowhere to throw the football, the boys are about to come into the box, and then, man, they got after him on that. So great job.
Blytheville, and that's a sophomore, Cortez Smith. Blytheville going for it on fourth down and 3 from the Raider 45. The fumbled snap. The quarterback gets it, drops back, looking to throw, looking to run now. He has got the first down, dashing down the sideline to the 22-yard line, and a good backyard football first down by Russell, the senior quarterback. Blytheville, that must be their largest play of the night.
Well, I will tell you, he's very athletic. He's shifty and very athletic. And keeping someone on him to make sure that he doesn't get out of the pocket and get and scamper away. I mean, that's where his danger is, not necessarily throwing the football. But they're going to try to get him out in the open because he can make things happen. He's a very athletic kid.
A Raider down with a cramp. It's Markellen Barber. He's up. He's fine. Just the old summertime cramp. That's what that is. If you think that ain't painful, you're crazy. You ever wake up in the middle of the night with a cramp? I know when that happens to me, I wake Lindsay up because I'm screaming. That's how painful that is. So this is what these guys are dealing with out there in the heat, the loss of fluids, the loss of, as Andy said, electrolytes.
Yeah.
I was at Batesville one time and we lost the electric lights. The lights just went out. It was dark all of a sudden.
That's what happens when you don't drink enough Gatorade.
That's right.
Your electric lights go out.
Another Raider down on the field, and that is number 21, Orion Pugh. And Orion in some pain, trainer down there with him. And let's hope that that's just another cramp issue, because Orion Pugh is a big part of the success of this team.
Absolutely.
And he has had a fantastic game tonight, as he has rushed for a touchdown. He also forced a safety.
Well, they're bringing bottles, and he's drinking and drinking and drinking. So I'm assuming and they brought another water bottle from the sideline. So I'm assuming we're trying to get electrolytes down him. He's probably, and I mentioned this earlier in the ball game. Him and Blake Brown, they're running all over the field chasing this quarterback. So I mean, they put a lot of miles in, just trying to play defense tonight. And then when you have him on the offensive side of the ball too, that the kids that are going both ways tonight are the ones you have to really watch out for, and they have to drink and drink and drink. And what we're looking for here is some salt tablets. We're going to try to get some straight up salt at this point, because you can't drink enough for your digestive tract to get those electrolytes to your muscles. You're going to have to go straight salt at that point.
Orion Pugh up, walking off on his own power. That's wonderful news, Raider fans. It looked like they were waterboarding him out there on the field.
Yeah. I mean, just
pouring
trying to
water on him.
Yeah. And like I say, it's not water at this point. I mean, and they're probably digging through the bag for salt tablets or slow salt right now.
So the Chickasaws with their longest drive of the night, 1st down and 10 on the Raider 22-yard line.
This is probably the best drive that Blytheville has put together so far, certainly based on the play of the senior quarterback, Russell. He's certainly shifty, and they're going to have to key on him to make sure they can keep him contained.
Nettleton with a 35-point lead. Russell with the ball. He is running left. Halon Willie there to cut him off. Nice open field tackle by Nettleton's number 28, Derek Island, the June bug, making a great play, and good defense on the right side, the right flats by the Raiders.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. I mean, I don't really think Russell's looking to throw the football. So, I mean, the point is to string this thing out and bring in many people to the party as you can, and that's exactly what happened here. And, Craig, we're rolling into the fourth quarter up 35-0. We have a running clock. All of the momentum is still in Nettleton's favor, even if Blytheville is knocking on the door here in the red zone. But I'm going to tell you, Nettleton is excited. They're holding up the four fingers, and, man, they're ready to reel off this fourth quarter and close the books on this first victory, hopefully.
We are just 12 minutes away from the postgame show. The postgame show presented by Real Estate Nate. The Real Estate Nate postgame show. We're here from Coach Hampton, and also named the Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Player of the Game. At the end of the third quarter, your score, Nettleton 35, Blytheville 0. We'll take a 30-second timeout, and we'll have the fourth quarter for you when we come back. You're watching and listening to Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
40 years of experience to help you. K13 provides you with solutions to your computing problems. Whether you need repairs or IT service for your business, let K13 be your first call. K13 also is your go-to spot for building that gaming PC. They have knowledge, experience, and the products to help you. K13 Computers, 2160 South Caraway, next to Barton's Home Improvement. Call 627-5477. That's 627-5477, or visit K13Inc.com. K13 Computers.
And we welcome you back to Haley Field, where the fourth quarter just about to get underway. Nettleton with a 35-0 lead over Blytheville. Chickasaws, however, have the ball. Second down and 12 in Raider territory. Russell back to pass. He's throwing to the end zone. Up for grabs, knocked away. Juan Badillo and number 16, Kylan Goodlow, on the defense, and they denied the Chickasaw touchdown. Goodlow down with a cramp right after the play. So with 11 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock, turbo clock, it is running. Nettleton with a 35-0 lead, and that's another classic case of cramps right there, Andy.
Yeah, and we talk about it, and I think everybody knows it's coming, and you can I want to talk about this because if anybody's listening, by the time these cramps happen, it's too late. And you have to be way ahead. You have to be 1 or 2 quarters ahead. You have to be 1 or 2 hours ahead of these cramps. So, you know, if you think, okay, I feel cramps, it's time to start drinking Gatorade, you're an hour late to start drinking Gatorade. So it's very important for these kids to be pre-hydrating even before, like when they're at home today, this afternoon, this morning, pre-hydrating, because whenever they come here, they're going to go through pregame, and that's probably an hour or so warm-up before the game starts.
Hydrate early.
And then whenever after pregame, boom, it's time to be drinking more. And then at halftime, it's time to be drinking more. You would be amazed at how much body weight these kids are losing on a Friday night in August, 85 degrees, probably 70-something, 80-something% humidity, and it really zaps all of their hydration out of their body.
So Kylan Goodlow, he's up, and he is walking off under his own power, a little bit gingerly, as one does after a very painful cramp. Nice play in the end zone there by him and Badillo to deny a touchdown for the Chickasaws. Nettleton with a 35-0 lead. We're in the fourth quarter. Turbo clock running, 11 minutes, 15 seconds. It's going to run the whole time. If we can keep kids from getting cramps, we'll be out of here in about 12 minutes. Back to pass is Russell. Pocket collapses. He's going to run, and why not? He is out of bounds at the 12-yard line, very close to a first down. Let's see where they spot it, and I believe it's going to be just enough for a Chickasaw first down, and it is. It's going to be first down and 10 from the Raider 11-yard line.
Craig, I want to talk about something that you see, and I want to point this out. Dorian Tucker, senior D-back. Right there was an opportunity to really lay the wood right there, and the quarterback, Russell, was running out of bounds. Up 35-0 the first game. A lot of times you'll see some mental errors and some hits that don't need to happen. He absolutely did a great job of pulling up there. There's absolutely no need to hit him right there. He could have absolutely hit him. And those are the mental errors that as a coach I would look and go, man, my kids are making good decisions already in the first week.
To me, that's a sign of good coaching. Blytheville quarterback Russell rolling right, looking for somebody. He throws it up in the end zone. Backyard football here. The pass is incomplete. So it'll be second down and 10 for Blytheville.
Once again, I don't think Russell really is comfortable throwing the football. He doesn't look comfortable in the pocket. He wants to move way too early. Honestly, I watch this kid throw the football. He's very athletic. He has a lot of potential. Relaxing in the pocket, reading your defenses, but he looks very uncomfortable in the pocket, wants to move already. And so, honestly, if we continue to spy him and keep him back there and keep him contained, I mean, that shuts their offense down. He really hasn't connected many times with receivers tonight.
Nettleton has elected to take a timeout with 9:26 remaining in the game. Turbo clock running. Nettleton up 35-0. We will take a 30-second timeout with them, and when we come back, we will have the final 9:26 of this game, and we will tell you all about it right here on the EAB Sports Network.
Source for home and business loans. Evolve Bank & Trust is making banking personal again with our friendly customer service and fast turnaround times. Your hometown bank for more than 90 years. Evolve Bank & Trust's dedicated staff can help you realize the dream of owning a home or help grow your small business with confidence. For more information, visit our office at 111 East Huntington, Suite A in Jonesboro, or call 870-933-2480. That's 870-933-2480. Or check us online at getevolved.com. Evolve Bank & Trust, equal housing lender.
And we welcome you back to Haley Field, Blytheville, Arkansas, Blytheville High School, where Nettleton has a 35-0 lead over Blytheville with 9:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's second down and 10 for the Chickasaws. They are threatening as they have got it second and 10 on the Raider 11-yard line. Russell, the quarterback, in the gun. He is looking to pass. Now he's looking to scramble. Nowhere to go as he has got white jerseys all around him, and he is pushed out of bounds by number 18, Kylan Goodlow, number 63, Cam Phillips. Another big play by the Raider defense, a tackle for a loss. It'll be third down and long for Blytheville.
And that's the only way we're going to get him down. I mean, he's a very athletic kid, very fast, very shifty. So you're going to have to make sure that you slow him down, turn him back to your teammates, and give everybody an opportunity to come help you put him down.
I know everybody from Blytheville appreciates this young man stepping up. Their starting quarterback, Jeremiah Northern, not playing as he has other career opportunities. And so number 2 stepping up and doing the best job he can. He has really worked hard tonight.
I'm going to tell you, he's very athletic, and he's got very big upside. He can throw the football. He's very fast. He sees the field. He makes things play. He's gonna be successful this year for Blytheville.
3rd down and 13. The play is whistled dead before it can get going good, and I believe it's going to be a timeout for Blytheville. It sure is. So we will take that timeout with them. With 8 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the game and the turbo clock rolling. Your score, Nettleton 35, Blytheville 0. You're listening to Nettleton Raider football on the EAB Sports Network.
Your medical needs are personal, and the way you manage those needs should be personal as well. The team at Southern Home Healthcare is local, knowledgeable, and courteous, giving you the customized care you and your family deserve. When facing breathing challenges, the on-staff respiratory therapists at Southern Home Healthcare provide support and guidance just for you, and you can sleep better with the help of their CPAP and BiPAP therapy. Plus, treat your strains, sprains, and pain with the help of Southern Home Healthcare's high-quality bracing devices. Go online to southernhomehealthjonesboro.com.
And we are back at Haley Field, the NEA Baptist position, NEA Baptist broadcast booth at Haley Field. Get better with Baptist. And the NEA Baptist broadcast location has been filled with mosquitoes, but Andy Shatley and I, we're not complaining. Our Nettleton Raiders have a 35-0 lead over the always tough Blytheville Chickasaws, and we are at the end of the game. Don't go away. We're going to have the postgame show, the Real Estate Nate postgame show, where we're going to name the JOSM, the Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Player of the Game. Andy and I have been talking about it, and I think you may be surprised who it's going to be. If you're watching online, give us your opinion. Who do you think the Player of the Game ought to be? We may go with what you say. As it is right now, it's 3rd down and 13, I would call it. Maybe 3rd down and 14 for the Chickasaws. Let's see if the Raider defense, you know they want to pitch a shutout. Let's see if they can stiffen up here as the Chickasaws are in the Raider red zone. Back to pass is Russell. It's a screen pass. It is complete. Jorge Salas is there to grab a hold of him, and it's a fumble on the play. We'll see who has it. It looks like recovered by the Chickasaws, recovered by number 5. I thought Jorge had stripped the ball. I thought the Raiders were going to get it. Heck of an opportunity there, but fine play by Jorge Salas to make it 4th down and long for the Chickasaws, and we do have another injured player down. That looks like it's number 22, linebacker Jamie Morris. And Andy is the director of St. Bernard's Sports Medicine. Looking at that, what does that look like to you?
Yeah, it's a hamstring cramp. Looks like he's grabbing his calf and his cramp. Typically, that's where you're going to get your cramps from, is your flexors and your calf and your cramp. Hamstring and calf. I hate to see it. It's tough. We're in Arkansas, and honestly, I don't know with how hot it's been. I don't know if you remember last week. Some of our rules for practicing outside are based on what's called wet bulb globe temperature, and we had 2 or 3 days. I think it was this week, but also last week, that all of them had to practice inside because it was a wet bulb globe temperature of 91, 92, and you can't practice outside.
Right.
So several of them were driven inside and indoors this past week or so. So it's tough. I mean, it's really – we have had a hot preparation to this season. It is hot and muggy here tonight. And once again, I have tried to impression how important it is to drink hydration, water and Gatorade and Powerade and whatever it is early and often, like you talked about, hydrate early. But at some point when some of these kids are going both ways and they're running all over the field and they're playing a lot of downs, you're going to run out, and it is hard to keep up.
Nettleton with a 35-point lead here in the 4th quarter, 7:27 remaining. Turbo clock rule in effect, mercy rule in effect. And if not for the cramps, this game would be over with right now, Andy. Usually a turbo clock game is over by now, but we have had multiple cramps that stop the clock, and that's the reason why we're still bringing the game to you. We're glad that you're joining us, however, and we're glad that the Raiders have a 35-0 lead here in the 4th quarter. 7:27 remaining. If we can stop them here, it looks like the Raiders just might pitch a shutout. 4th down and Looks like 18 for the Chickasaws. The Raider defense extremely stingy tonight, looking to get a turnover on downs. Back to pass is the Chickasaws. It's a screen pass, and it's snuffed out by Haylon Willie. Also in on the stop, number 18, Kylan Shelton, and that'll be a turnover on downs. First down, Raiders. Roll clock, roll, Andy.
Great play. They really all they had when we're in full prevent defense. They threw a short screen out to the left, and our defense was all over it like they have been all night long. And I will tell you that the most impressive thing that I've seen a lot of impressive things tonight. I've seen a lot of impressive play. I mean, we can name player after player tonight who's played outstanding, but this Nettleton defense is really just impressive.
It looks like the backup quarterback is in, the starting outside linebacker, Cortez Smith. He is in. Cameron Scarlett's night is done, and there is a flag on the play. Penalty will not stop the clock. Clock will keep on rolling. I believe that was a too many men on the field. Did I hear that correctly, Andy? Did you see the indication? I didn't see the man with the white hat say.
Well, the clock is stopped, so that means there were a timeout here. That's the only reason the clock was stopped, is an injury or a timeout.
So 6:05 on the clock. Nettleton 35, Blytheville 0. Raiders on their way to a 1-0 start here in this 2021 season. So timeout on the field. Not sure if Blytheville or Nettleton called it. Looks like Nettleton is one remaining, so I guess it was the Raiders.
You know, Craig, I think it is important, and I like to see the backup quarterback Cortez get in the ball game, because you need two quarterbacks at this level. You need to be able to have two dependable quarterbacks that can take snaps and run your offense.
This time Cortez Smith keeps it, running right side. He shucks a tackle, gets to the 25. It's going to be a gain of, it's like about 8, maybe 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 for the Raiders.
Athletic play by Cortez there. I'd love to see him kind of keep that ball a little closer. Let's see, too much football right there. And once again, we want to protect the football. The football is the most important thing here. Even the yardage is not the most important thing. We got to keep the football.
Nettleton with a 35-point lead in the fourth quarter. Turbo clock rolling. Cortez Smith, the backup, led the junior high Raiders last year as the quarterback. You got to figure he's the future quarterback. Good to see him tonight. Got two receivers up top, one down low. Caleb Tedder, the tight end. A give to Keandre Pope. Keandre Pope breaks a tackle, bounces out right side. He gains close to first down yardage, and I believe he is down with a cramp, which will stop the clock at 4:50 remaining, and the clock operator is letting it roll. That's a clock operator who's saying, dadgummit, let's just get this over with. He's letting the clock roll. Keandre is up, and that's good news. It's like the old dreaded cramp, and they're letting it roll, which I think is good news, Andy. And
yeah, I really am starting to be a little concerned here with the number of cramps. Because we probably had 8 or 10 here.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you go down here in a second. Because we haven't had water or Gatorade because they sold out at the concession stand.
Who sells out of water at the concession? Forgive me, Lord forgive me.
Hey, we're going to Sonic after this.
That's exactly right. Route 44 season, that's what it is. It's 3rd down and 1 for the Raiders as they're helping Keandre Pope off of the field. The clock is stopped now at 4 minutes and 32 seconds. I don't think the referees will tell them to put any time on the clock. Honestly, right now it is.
He's saying start the clock.
Start the clock. It's a little bit dangerous for the boys to be out there. So many cramps, and let's hope that we can make these final 4:32. The Raiders up 35-0 without any more injuries. So Markellen Barber, the running back, Cortez Smith, the quarterback. Raiders keep it on the ground. Cortez Smith running left side, spins, has the first down. He is tackled at the Raider 35-yard line. Move the chains. First down Raiders on a nifty run there by Cortez Smith.
Cortez really is athletic. I am kind of excited to see this kid play.
Yeah.
He's electric on defense and on offense. Wow, what a gem and what an athlete that we have here with him on our football team. playing both sides.
No doubt about it. He is an electrifying player and the quarterback of the future. He's getting some playing time here as the Nettleton Raiders lead Blytheville 35-0. 3:44 on the clock. Turbo clock rolling. Cortez Smith in the backfield as the shotgun quarterback. He gives to Markellen Barber. Markellen jukes a Blytheville defender, but unable to get away from him. Very good behind the line of scrimmage tackle there by Blytheville's number 15. And we got a little extracurricular activity, flags flying, and a little, hate to see that. You don't want to see that. There was a little bit of a scuffle after the game. The referees have restored order, and they've got the Blytheville players on their side of the field, the Raiders players on their side of the field. And hot night, big lead, tempers flaring.
Yeah, that's just a little extracurricular activity after the play when they were blocking out here, really completely away from the play. There's nothing malicious going on there. That's just two football players that were going after each other.
Yep.
And I'm totally fine with what I just saw. The coaches and referees broke it up fairly quickly. Football's a violent game.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to hit somebody. You got to be in a totally different mindset. You got to know when to turn it on and turn it off. And sometimes the play continues. And I mean, they're just sitting there playing football. So I'm fine with seeing that. I got no problem with a little aggressiveness there on the football field. That's what this game's all about.
Well, the referees are meeting at the 45-yard line. The clock is rolling. It's at 2:18. It's still rolling. I would think there may be some ejections after this. They're getting their heads together, and let's see what they say. The man in the white hat has not made any indications to us yet.
Well, Craig, I can tell you what they're doing.
They're letting the clock roll.
That's exactly what they're doing,
Yeah.
and they're going to probably stand there for a long period of time. And they're going to be writing some names down,
Yep.
and they're going to try to figure out who the personal foul's on. Most likely they're going to be offsetting personal fouls.
Sure.
And they're going to take as much time as they can to have these calls.
Well, it's unsportsmanlike conduct against Blytheville and sportsmanlike conduct against Nettleton. Those penalties offset. The clock is at 1:37. They did not list any players who are responsible, so they're just calling it unsportsmanlike conduct. And I think we can run a couple of more plays here and head back to Nettleton with a 35-0 lead, Andy.
I can tell you they're going to continue to stand there. I think the referees know exactly what's going on here. They realize that everybody's tired. This game has kind of gotten out of hand. This is a very good job by the referees, officials right here in the white hat. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
That was a heated moment right there. They got everything broken up, and he is actually probably not going to blow this thing live until the very last 40-something seconds, and they're only going to probably get one play so this game's over with. That's a very smart refereeing crew right there.
Really do appreciate the referees. If it wasn't for these guys in the striped shirts, these guys couldn't come out here and play this great game of football. And as Andy said, a wise decision there by the referees. Just let the clock roll. The game is over. Nettleton with a 35-0 lead. Less than 35 seconds on the clock. And we might get one more play in. We may not. The clock is under 30 right now, and the referee just letting the clock roll. And the Raiders will move to 1-0 on the season with a very successful opening game.
But even more important in the hard times, too. As economic recovery begins, we want you to know that we are here for you. We will keep loaning money, financing homes, helping small business, and supporting this community. Banking local is more important than ever. We invite you to make the switch to First Community Bank, your local community bank.
First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC. Offer of credit subject to credit approval.
Empower. High-speed internet for your neck of the woods delivered by Craighead Electric. Empower is local. Empower is reliable. Empower is affordable. Empower is super fast broadband. Empower is customer service that puts you in power. We are here for you. 870-336-0999. Empower, bringing you the information you need more quickly and conveniently than ever before. We are Empower, delivered by Craighead Electric. Call and talk to us today at 870-336-0999. High-speed internet from Empower. Internet for your neck of the woods.
Tucker's Appliance Superstore in Jonesboro is by far the largest appliance showroom in Northeast Arkansas, which means more selections than ever before. Right now, a new shipment of name brand in-the-box inventory has just arrived at Tucker's. Come check it out. Tucker's also offers full factory warranties, free local delivery, and financing at 0% interest. Shop Tucker's Appliance Superstore now at 923 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Tucker's Appliance.
If you've injured your neck or back, or if you've been in a car accident, you should call the doctors at the Betts Clinic. They've been helping the residents of Jonesboro and Northeast Arkansas for over 20 years now. Many people don't know what to do or where to go after a wreck. Go to the Betts Clinic. You can call them now at 931-3722 or find them on the web at thebettsclinic.com. If you have a bulging or herniated disc, let the doctors at the Betts Clinic help you, like they've helped so many others. Call 931-3722 or go to thebettsclinic.com.
Happy night at Blytheville Haley Field as Nettleton wins their first game of the season 35-0 over the Blytheville Chickasaws, and we want to welcome you to the Real Estate Nate post-game show. We're going to name the Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Player of the Game here in just a moment. But before we do, let's just recap this game. Andy, Nettleton moves to 1-0 on the season with an impressive 35-0 win over the always tough Blytheville Chickasaws. The Nettleton Raiders got the scoring started in the first quarter with 9:22 remaining. A 1-yard run by Kobe Bradley made the score 7-0 after the Joseph Newhong point after attempt. Then in the first quarter, with 2:03 remaining, Cameron Scarlett threw a 19-yard pass to Savion Pretty Boy Floyd, making the score 14-0 after the PAT. Then the Raiders closed out a very good first quarter with another touchdown. This was another pass from Cameron Scarlett to number 13. Cameron Scarlett to number 13, Kobe Bradley. 4-yard pass as time expired in the first quarter. That made the score 21-0. The Raider defense all night long, very selfish, flying to the ball. Blytheville unable to get anything going in the first quarter or in the second quarter. Nettleton scored 6 points in the second quarter on another Cameron Scarlett touchdown, a 16-yard run right up the chute with 5:28 remaining in the half. The PAT was no good. Then in the third quarter, the Nettleton Raider defense, who are definitely heroes tonight, they got the job done as the inside linebacker, Orion Pugh, forced a safety, and that was 2 points for the Raiders, making it 29-0 with 7:30 remaining in the third quarter. Then on the next possession, Orion Pugh took it in himself. He ran the ball 5 yards for a touchdown, and the PAT was blocked, but that made the score 35-0. There was no score in the fourth quarter, the turbo clock in effect, and so the final score after all of that, Nettleton 35 and Blytheville 0. And Andy, before you name the player of the game, let me just get your thoughts about the Raiders' first win of the season here in week 0.
Craig, the first thing that I want to talk about is how disciplined Nettleton looked coming out of the gate. You usually don't see that on the first Friday night, and that's a testament to the preparation and the coaching that they've had over the last week or two to prepare for this game. You know, a disciplined team typically doesn't show up till weeks into the season, and you saw that happen already in the first game. So kudos to Coach Hampton and his staff for putting a quality team on the field tonight. Some of the things I kind of want to look at is – well, I don't even know really where to start when you start covering this game. First thing I want to talk about is the tone that the offensive line set. Alan Campbell, Colin Gates, Ryan Crawford, 2 fumble recoveries, Hayden Partee, Moses Williams. How many times did we see them running behind him on the right side of the field? Exactly. Then Cameron Scarlett, as far as leadership in the quarterback, I think he had 3 touchdowns. Kobe Bradley running all over the field. And then you have to start talking about the defense.
Absolutely.
Holy cow. Defensive line created havoc all night long. In our linebackers, Blake Brown. You know, anytime your defensive line can hold people up and allow your linebackers to do their work, that's exactly what happened tonight. And you had your linebackers leading your team in tackles, and that's exactly what you want. Keep people off of them, let your linebackers do their work. Orion Pugh, Blake Brown, Jamie Morris, all over the field tonight. And that's the reason why you saw them cramping, because they were all over the field. And you got to love that, and you're leading tackles and leading in cramps at the same time. I'll take all that. So, I mean, honestly, and that brings us to, our player of the game. And, the title would be our Jonesboro Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Player of the Game. I cannot, and we get Coach Hampton here, he's fixing to listen to me. I can't give it to a player tonight. I got to give it to the entire Nettleton defense.
How about that?
Because if you want to talk about setting the tone for a team for the first Friday night football game and setting the tone, said this is the type of football we're going to play, they shut them down. That's one of the most aggressive, executed football defensive side of the I guess maybe you have to throw a defensive coordinator in there too. But I'm going to give it to the entire defense. I'm going to read them off real fast. Jorge Salas, Cam Phillips, Jordan Pegram, all over the field.
Yes.
He was a problem all night. Blake Brown, Orion Pugh, Jamie Morris, linebacker crew, outstanding. Halen Willie, Curtis Smith, all over the field. Got to play a little quarterback tonight too. Markellen Barber, Wambadia, Dorian Tucker, Javante Wallace, Kylan Butler, Colin Shelton, Colin Goodlaw, Derek Island. Nettleton defense gets player of the night.
I like that decision. I really do. So Nettleton, the player of the night, the Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine player of the night on this night where the Raiders defeated Blytheville 35-0 is the unit that pitched the shutout, the Raider defense. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine getting you back in the game for more than 40 years. Thank you so much to Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. This is the Real Estate Nate postgame show, and now we are joined in the broadcast booth by the successful head coach in his 9th year as the head coach of the Raiders, and that is Coach Stephen Hampton. Coach Hampton, congratulations on a big win.
Thank you. It was, I'm really proud of our kids. I thought they came out and played extremely well.
Coach Hampton, let's get you on the headset here so everybody can hear you.
Yeah, I got you.
There you go, right there.
Yeah, I was proud of our kids and the way that they came out and performed. We tried to do everything that we could to kind of eliminate the cramping. This week it was so hot, everybody was going by the wet bulb, so we weren't able to get outside, so we were protecting our guys in that way. But we were talking about it. Our guys didn't sweat as much throughout the week, so they didn't drink as much water and fluids, and so it's something we're going to continue to preach to our guys. Andy, just, taking care of your body. We talked to them after the game. All those guys that are cramping got to take tonight, tomorrow, the next day to rehydrate, replenish, get those fluids back in them. But, man, I was, proud of the effort they played with.
Yeah, we talked about that tonight, not being able to practice. There was a couple of days to where y'all are inside, and that was a unique situation going into this Friday night where it's going to be hot, and you really kind of want to be out there in the heat, but you weren't able to be.
Yeah. And it's completely understandable, with the wet bulb and the temperatures the way they were. You got to be safe and take kids, health into account, and we're always going to do that. But, then when you come out here on Friday night, you haven't been out in the heat, so it showed a little bit. But, like I said, Coach Johnson, you mentioned our defense coordinator. One thing that he has preached, we call it the Triple E effect, and that's effort, execute, and then expect to win, And those guys are buying into that mentality.
Let's talk about that tonight, Coach. A defense throws your first Friday night throw a shutout. Let's talk about your defense.
Yeah, I mean, we're aggressive. You're right. You'll see a lot of different personnel groupings. We were trying to match their personnel groupings in the first half. And so getting different people involved, more defensive linemen in certain, personnel groupings, and those guys, we're turning them loose, come off the football, wreak havoc, and then it frees up those linebackers to make some plays, behind them.
Let's move shift a little bit to their offense because, we put 35 points on the board. Two of them, I guess, we'll have to give to the defensive side of the ball. But your offense did put some points on the board tonight.
Yeah, well, we feel like the strength of our team is on both sides of the ball up front, offense and defensive lines. Offensive line, they just they wear on you throughout the game. Moses Williams, those guys, those big, strong guys. And so they open holes. I think you saw, some gaping holes at times for running backs to run through. But, that's going to be the strength of our team. We're going to rely heavily on them throughout the year.
You've got to be happy with your offensive line play, but your quarterback, your senior quarterback, certainly played, for the most part, almost flawlessly tonight.
Yeah, Cameron, he's one of our captains. He's our leader. Kind of the general of that offense, and, we're extremely proud. He threw the ball well, and that's what we're going to have to do. Teams are going to have to start stacking the box. We know that, and that's going to open things in the passing game, and we just got to be able to execute and take advantage of that.
That's one of the things that we mentioned earlier tonight was the addition of Jaden Brown to your offense, and hopefully being able to expand the defense, and so that's going to give you more of a multifaceted approach on offense.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a key element. Something that really we missed last year. We didn't have that guy that could stretch the top, take the top off, and he's shown that he can catch the deep ball, and it makes a world of difference. Now, teams, when they play man coverage and try to stack the box, you can make them pay.
That's great. Well, we sure enjoyed calling the game tonight.
Yeah,
I'd like to give you an opportunity to kind of recap tonight and then talk about maybe what next week holds for us.
Well, like I said, I'm really proud of our effort. Our guys came out and played, extremely hard. There's a lot of things that we need to clean up, I think in the first half. Some things that, like, giving up contain. We're bringing a blitz or a pressure from one side. The other side, we're telling them they're going to flush to you. You've got to contain it. There were times where we gave up that containment, so we got to clean that up. And then our conditioning, taking care. That's crucial. Taking care of our bodies, because we need guys in the game, not sitting over on the sideline cramping up. So next week, Pocahontas. They're a team that typically has played with a lot of tempo and really tries to play, fast and really can cause you some problems. And they have before for us, and so we've got to make sure we're prepared and take care of ourselves.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming up to the booth and following up with us. Yeah. We're excited to be able to call a great game tonight, and I'm sure the Nettleton Raider fan club out there watching tonight was excited to see such a great product on the field tonight, and I'm sure you are too. Yeah,
we're trying to create some excitement, at Nettleton. We've got a great coaching staff. We've got a great group of kids. And we got a great fan base, and it's just, let's create that enthusiasm, that excitement. Let's all get behind, this thing and this ride as long as we can, week to week, and it's all about the kids, and that's what we want to do. We want to create the best experience we possibly can for those guys.
Love it. Congratulations on a great win tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to Coach Stephen Hampton. Appreciate him joining us on the Real Estate Nate post-game show. That's Real Estate Nate. Looking to buy or sell a home? Call our good buddy Nate Lipsky. That's Real Estate Nate at 261-3927. Landy, it's been a pleasure calling the game with you tonight, brother. I want to say thank you so much. And that was a professional job you did right there on the post-game show, as we had little technical difficulties. Is there anything you can't do?
Well, let me tell you this. I'm excited about Nettleton football because I'm from there. This is my alma mater. And to see the product and the type of person Steve is, and to be able to help feature his athletes and his program, and to create the energy that the Nettleton football deserves, I would love to be a part of that, and I'm excited to be a part of it, and I appreciate you having me on. So this is exciting. This is good stuff. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders. Raider Pride. It's sure good to have you. I got to say, before we get out of here, we're going to tell you about the Kavanaugh Auto Group Friday Night Light Scoreboard Show, but before we do, I got to say a big shout-out to our NTV crew. My sweet wife, Lindsay, kept stats for us, and we appreciate her. Even though she doesn't feel well, she spent her Friday night with me. Can you imagine that? And I appreciate her. She did a great job helping us out up here. Daniel Golden, the man with the golden foot, Michael Golden's little brother. He is the director of the live stream. We had some technical difficulties tonight. Daniel, unflappable, and he did a great job of handling everything, getting us back on the air. That's a good young man right there, Daniel. Daniel, I don't care if you don't want to or not. Get over here. Get over here in the corner. We'll let the good people see you, Daniel Golden. That's the man. That's the golden boy right there, Daniel Golden. Great job, Daniel. And Blake Isbell, who's been running camera. Come over here, Blake. We'll give these NTV kids a chance, a little moment in the spotlight. My man Blake, he got bit by 400 mosquitoes. Can you scoot over a little bit? Can we see Blake? There we go. And how many wasps did you kill tonight? He injured one. Okay. It seemed like every time I was looking out there, Blake Isbell was running the camera and spraying the waspers. So anyway, we appreciate Blake Isbell and Daniel Golden, Lindsay, for Andy, for everybody at EAB Sports. Thank you for joining in. Make sure that you close out your night with the Kavanaugh Auto Group Friday Night Light Scoreboard Show. My buddy Will Oswald has all the scores for you as soon as they go final, and he's going to talk with coaches and broadcasters around the area. Who knows? He may talk with me and Andy as we drive home. That's the Friday Night Light Scoreboard Show. It starts at 9:30. It's already on 95.3 and 96.9 The Ticket. We will see you next Friday night at Nettleton as Nettleton takes on Pocahontas. The Hooten show starts at 6. The pregame show, the First National Bank pregame show at 6:30. Andy, I will see you at Raider Field next Friday night, my friend. For Andy Shatley, I'm Craig Miller. Thank you for tuning in. Raider Pride is justified. Raider Pride forever.
Was brought to you by Gateway Tire and Service Center and Toyo Tires. Where there's always one thing you can count on, we go the distance for you. Before you hit the